we're usually on like calls on Messenger.
Yes.
So we can still see each other, but
it should show live now.
Yes, it does. Hello, everybody. We're live on Nancy's YouTube channel. How's everybody doing tonight? Yep, I just got the notice that Nancy is live. Yay. All right. Here it is. You recognize that, Leah? I got the big
Tracy,
box
go
out.
ahead and start with your, if you want to do an, well, we'll wait till everybody jumps on, I guess. Let me grab my
I
comments.
want to tell everybody I'm so sorry about the mix-up. It seems like since I got my new iPhone today, it doesn't want to cooperate. I tried 6 or 8 times to get to go live and it wouldn't work. So hopefully once I update all my apps, it'll run better. Thank you all for jumping over to Nancy's channel.
Okay, where are we? Oh, I was on your page. Can I go back to my page? There we are.
Okay, everybody, make sure you tap live chat.
Oh yeah, good point.
Okay, live chat is on for me too. We've got Elizabeth, one of our moderators, joining us. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us this, is it Saturday? I don't know what day it is. Saturday night.
It is Saturday, yes. All right, I'm going to do a real quick happy mail because I got something really sweet in the mail today. So I will go to the down position. Is that okay, Nancy?
Yep, go ahead.
All right, give me a second to get it ready.
Hi, everybody. All right, we're waiting for Tracy. You guys, so I did get the Ninja 5-in-1 air fryer, grill, dehydrator, air crisper. I don't know what else it does, but it I've been making like snacks all week. Like we've had like chicken nuggets and fish sticks and egg rolls and stuff like that in it. We had French toast sticks in it for breakfast the other day, but today I made my actual first like real meal in it with the pork chops, and I'm telling you, these pork chops were thick. Yeah. 11 minutes, cooked all the way through, juicy, nice, crispy edges, had grill marks on it. It's like, I don't think I'll ever use my oven again. It is so good, you guys.
You must have been in the mood
for raining.
You must have been in the mood for pork chops after I told you that we made pork chops in ours.
You know, I was. After you said how well yours came out in your air fryer, I was like, oh, I got to get that. I got to try mine.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead with your happy. Oh, by the way, Tracy, wow, the new camera. You're so clear and crisp, and the color is really good. That looks great. It looks great. All right, go ahead.
I upgraded to an iPhone 12 today, so I think the new camera is awesome. Okay. So Erica sent me this beautiful card, and then she included some items that she had ordered extras of. This is an alt new stamp set. It's got some really cute and meaningful quotes. So they're from very famous people like Ralph Waldo Emerson, Elizabeth Roosevelt, Phyllis Diller. Some really, really cute sentiment quotes. I actually have this set. It's so funny because Erica and I must be like on the same wavelength. So this will be part of the giveaway that I have upcoming. So I'm excited about that. Thank you, Erica. Then she sent this beautiful die, which is from Hero Arts. It's one of those cover plate dies.
That's
pretty. So that'll be great for my Gemini Junior.
Oh, there's a little deer and a snowflake in there.
Yeah, there's like a cardinal bird. There's like little birds here. There's deer.
That's
snowflake.
Gorgeous.
It's really pretty. Very festive. Yeah. That's called Northern Winter Cover Plate. That's what that's called.
Yay.
The alt new is called Beautiful Quotes. That's what the alt new set is called.
Pretty.
And then she sent me this awesome Catherine Pooler die that says hello.
That's on my to get list. I haven't gotten it yet.
So super excited. Thank you, Erica. Love the happy mail.
Thanks, Erica.
How sweet of her to send these brand new items to me that she has extras of. We put to very good use. I'm gonna show
Hello,
you.
Deborah from Virginia. For those of you just joining us, make sure you have live chat turned on so you don't miss anything.
And Nancy, can I just show real quick the cards I've been working on for the Women's Help
Yes,
Center?
please do. They've been so beautiful.
Okay.
I can't show the cards I've been working on because they're part of a new release for Blue Night rubber stamps.
That's true. So you guys, I've had several days off work and I've been spending them making these cards for our local Women's Help Center. This is from the Hero Arts monthly hero kit from December. So
That's gorgeous.
yeah, I was able to use the stamp set and the dies that came with it. And I made 20 of these cards. So that'll be really nice to give away to the ladies at the help center. These are women who are there because they've been in an abusive relationship and they're trying to start over again on their own. And then these ones aren't finished yet. So stay tuned to my Facebook and on Foiling Snobs Club. I will have the finished product of these ones when I get there, but you can see that I've been working on a lot of those cards.
Tracy
too.
has been working very hard on these cards and she's been showing us them.
Yes.
And if you guys are interested in anything you see, just ask us. We do have lots of affiliate links. Some of the affiliate links, we do have a little bit of a coupon that'll save you some money, but we do have an Altenew affiliate link. We have Hero Arts affiliate link. So anything you're looking for, just ask us and we'll throw the affiliate link up there for you guys. Yes. And all of that money goes back into the channel and it goes back into giveaways for you guys. I just mailed out today a special gift for one of our supporters. I'm not going to say what it is or where it's going, but somebody's going to get some fun stuff from us. I just got some new dusty brushes I've been sending out, so you never know what you're going to get from the FSC. We are always trying to be generous and share with you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. I mean, you guys, you act like I don't dress up, every once in a while I do. Now, I've been off for the last how many days, so I figured if I was going to go on, I should do, put a little makeup and curl my hair a little bit for y'all. Monday I got to go back to work, so I had to practice.
Yeah, I have to go back to work on Monday also. And then today we were shopping, so we were able to get the phone today. And it takes a while whenever you go into a place like that to get that all updated. So, but I just want to go ahead.
I'm just going to read you some of the comments real quick. Jonna says, what a worthy cause. Tracy Fear says, very thoughtful of you. Kathy says, God bless you. Tracy Fear says she enjoyed your peeking animals video today. Yeah. Sherry says, Tracy, it's wonderful you're doing that for them. Awesome cards, Tracy. Lots of comments on my hair. I will take them all. Anna says hi. And Karen says, of course, yeah, cool, dusty. Darlene says she wants to get one of those brushes. Well, let's talk about how you can get one of those brushes real quick. So if you are not a member of the Foiling Snobs Club, Leah, can you bring me that package of dusty brushes that I put in the giveaway box? Leah, can you grab me those dusty brushes? I put them in the giveaway box. My assistant will get them for us. There's a giveaway box and there's a 3-pack. In our Foiling Snobs group, if you are not a member, it's on Facebook. We are almost to 2,000. Wow. I cannot believe 2,000 members of the Facebook group. The Foiling Snobs Club is not just for foiling. It's for foiling. It's for card making. It's anything fun and wonderful that you can do creativity sharing is what it is. Okay. Positive group. And of course, all of our design team members, which is me, Tracy, Ryan, Stacy, Chow. We have affiliate links to some companies. We do have some discount codes. They are all linked there, but we will try to link them here. And anytime you guys use affiliate links, let me tell you what affiliate links go towards. Most of the time it goes towards postage. But if I can find something that I can purchase that I know is going to benefit me either showing the product or me giving away the product, I will purchase them. So I've purchased a few of these new dusty brushes. Now you guys won't see us do dusty today because we're doing hot foiling. But if you're doing toner foiling, you've got to have one of these beautiful dusty brushes, right? So when we get to 2,000, I'm going to give away some of these guys because they're just oh so beautiful and pretty. And if you don't want to wait for the giveaway, they are linked in my Amazon page under toner foiling. So that was one of them. And our very own Mary Jo is giving away her very gently used Spellbinder's Glimmer machine. So if you like what you see tonight with how hot foiling works, you may be interested in trying to win the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine. The opening right now is for U.S. residents only because Mary Jo is providing the machine, some extra goodies. She's also providing some foils and she's going to ship it. And to enter, we have a contest. We want to see your birthday cards because this is mine, Chow, and Leah's birthday month. So I'm all into birthdays this month. And let's face it, new year, let's start over. It's a rebirth for everybody. I just think birthday cards would be fun to see. You must not already own a hot foiling machine, and you must have a die cutting system that the machine will work in. So either like the Spellbinder's Platinum or the Big Shot, Big Kick, one of those. So some lucky people, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, will win a little bit of a foiling package from me, which will consist of some foils, some foil art, some dusty brush. So I'm going to put a little prize package together for when we hit 2,000. So get on over there, join. Now, if you're referring your friends to join, we really appreciate that. Just make sure they know that they need to answer all of the questions when they join.
Yes. That's exciting. Speaking of the
Marissa said it's her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. Yeah, her birthday month too. Yes.
Speaking of the number 2,000, today I reached my 1,800 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I'm really close to 2,000 also. So that is something that I'm striving to achieve, to reach 2,000. And then once I do, there will be a giveaway, obviously. That's the whole
Tracy's
name of the game.
2,000 on her page. Go to Tracy Schultz. The Hopeful Crafter is her blog. Tracy Schultz is her YouTube channel. We will link it in the comments and down below for you guys. But a lot of good things, I think, coming in 2021 for us. In case you guys didn't hear, our very own Chow has a little one on the way. So congratulations again to Chow. So we're very excited for 2021 with everybody in the crafting, in our crafting design team. We have a lot of fun things coming for you guys. You know, next weekend we have color or stamp with me with Catherine Pooler. So I know a lot of you guys are starting to get your packages now. Thank goodness. The Postal Service is, I think, getting back on track. I got 3 notices today that I should have mail on Monday. So I'm very hopeful that, you know, our mail's getting back on track. We're getting our packages again, and a lot of new things coming to the Foiling Snobs Club right here. Nancy Stamps, Tracy Schultz, Glitter Grunge Greetings, Create with Chow, and SNR Creations. So if you're not following those YouTube pages, Instagram pages, get on it. We're going to have a lot of fun this year.
That's right. Exactly. And, you know, it's great to be part of a group because I wouldn't have been able to go live tonight without Nancy's help. I was live for about 5 minutes and then it didn't work after that. So
we'll get it there. We'll fix it.
That's why it's so great to be part of a group with FSC, because we always have each other's backs. We're always there to support each other. And thank you, Nancy, for saving me tonight. I appreciate it.
Well, I knew these guys were probably at home, hungover from their New Year's celebration, and we're like, what's going on? It's Saturday night. And so you guys are my hot dates for tonight. I got all done up for y'all. I had nice pork chop dinner.
And we're both in purple. Woohoo!
Yeah. Purple's Tracy's favorite color, you guys. I couldn't not wear purple for her. Jerry says, follow them all now.
Yeah, exactly. So Nancy, I don't know if you had a chance to see the cards that I made that are on my video.
I started watching it and then I got tied up with some other things, but yes, beautiful.
You like those? I know.
Well,
I know
I'm
this
gonna
one.
Copy that design a little bit today.
Okay. I know this one is Candace's favorite, the watercolor background. This is like a splattered one. And this is like a
Yes.
grungy one. So I made 4 cards using all the same supplies and basically didn't leave anything to waste.
Perfect. That's what we want to see.
All
right. So
Catherine
you,
Fuller
Santa
products.
Claus brought you something new there. Show us what's in the box.
It's a foil press from Gemini. It's a Gemini foil press. I'm so excited. I wanted to do
You guys got one from Santa Claus too. I'm sure that Tracy was not the only one.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, what do you think about the weight of it?
It's lightweight. It's very
Not heavy
lightweight.
at all.
I figured it would be weighing a ton, but it's really lightweight.
Not heavy at all. It's very light.
Yeah, that's cool. And it has these timers on it, which is really, really nice. It's great. Yeah, this is what I wanted to kind of unbox live tonight. So, but we are doing it together, and I couldn't have a better person showing me the ropes on how to use this than Nancy. She is the foiling empress.
All of that.
She is. You are. Yes. I learned from you. All right. So
let's talk about the parts. So you have the main part, which there's a plug-in cord that you're going to plug into your electricity. By the way, you can get this machine in Europe. Obviously, it's sold in the US. It's sold in the UK by Crafter's Companion. This is a European based company there in the UK. And I believe you can also get one that has, now don't quote me on this because I don't work for Crafter's Companion, but I think they have one that's Australian plug. It's Australian, different from Europe, but I think you can. So the base platform that you have there.
I'm going to see if Michelle McCarthy is on. She might know.
Yeah, she might know, some of our UK folks. So, I mean, our Australian folks. Where you go. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to make myself a little bit higher up.
Okay, good. So this is your base unit. This is super light, you guys. You're going to plug this into the wall. Okay. And the first thing you need to do to turn it on is there is a button on the side here. So you're going to hit that button first. Yep. And you hear it beep. And then once you turn it on, there's an actual power button on the front here. You need to turn that on.
Okay.
Yep. And then I put it on low because low is the best setting to use for the Gemini. Why is mine not turning on? Papercraft foil.
Yep, it's on low for me.
I don't want to come on now. Now it's having a fit. Okay, but that the light on low will turn red, and when it's hot, it will turn green. Oh, I know why it's not turning on. Duh, nuts. Okay, so then this is called the base plate. Okay, this is your transfer unit that you transfer back and forth between your Gemini Junior or your full-size Gemini. Now, disclosure here real quick. This is designed specifically for the Gemini Junior. There are 2 options if you're going to use the full-size Gemini, and my understanding is the full-size Gemini has a lot more pressure, so keep that in mind. If you do not have the Gemini Junior and you have the full-size Gemini, you may not get the same results. We are both using the Gemini Junior. Now, this plate has heating elements in it, and you can see there are wires. So this gets plugged into your unit in order to heat up, okay? This does have a tendency to warp. Again, it's getting heated. And then what we do after it's heated is we run it through our Gemini Junior. You feed it through the machine. Okay. And when you feed it through the machine, because of the heat and the rollers, these do tend to warp. What you can do to flatten them out is to put them underneath your Gemini machine. I turn mine like this. I set my Gemini on top of it. And as it cools down, some of that warping dissipates. My recommendation, if you're going to get this machine, is to have somewhere in your mind a future purchase of another one, okay? Having 2 of them, because eventually it's going to warp so much in the middle that it's going to miss some of the foiling spots in the middle, depending on how much you're using it, how hot you're using it. That may happen sooner than others. It did take my plate about 2 years to warp so badly that I just had to invest in another plate. But for future reference, I would definitely recommend having 2 of these plates, having one as a backup. Okay.
Okay.
And then, so you want to plug this in. The machine itself will not heat up without this plugged in. So when you are preheating it and using it, you want this plugged in. If you are switching between foils or dyes, I leave this disconnected from the unit so that it doesn't overheat, so we get less of that warping. And I'll explain that more as we go through the process here. Oh, Brooke's got to go plug in her tablet. Go plug it in, Brooke. The top plate now, Tracy's showing a couple plates that it comes with. Let me explain what those plates are. So the top plate eventually will look like this. It's going to get, again, pressure marks from the rollers. It's going to get indented. It's going to get foil pieces on it. I call this the carbon fiber plate. I don't really think it's carbon fiber, but it's your top plate. And what this does is it's going to give the machine enough pressure as it's going through your Gemini to have a sandwich, because how the hot foil works is hot foil has adhesive built into it. So what this machine is going to do is use special hot foil dies. They are not cutting dies. They're hot foil stamps or hot foil dies. And the machine will warm up. So the plate's going to warm up. The die is going to warm up. The foil then is going to get pressed in as this goes into the Gemini Junior again. And it's going to give it heat and pressure. And that's what's going to put your impression of your foil onto your cardstock. Okay. Why is the back of my plate blackened? Because it's been used a very long time and it has gone through. This is what it looks like when it goes to the Gemini 8 million times. And this is what a brand new one looks like. Okay. So clearly there is a difference between used and new.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So this is your, really all you need to start off are these 2 things. Okay. Oh, if you have the full size Gemini, there is a brand new now. They have a bigger plate now for the full size Gemini. So it's a couple inches wider, or they have a wider top cover, which is like wide like this. So if you have the full size Gemini, I'm going to recommend buying the full size heating platform for the full size Gemini. But to get started, you really only need these 2 to your sandwich. Okay. All right. And so then the other things that are in there is a rubber mat, which is your heat safe mat to put your dies on. Your hot foil dies.
Yep. It's purple. Yay.
Yep. So that's this, that you just put that off to the side, a silicone mat. There are 2 little finger protectors, which look like little hot mittens. You should use those. Don't do as I say, not as I do. I never use them.
Hey, these would be good for the air fryer.
I was just thinking that because I'm not using them for my hot foil system. But they're made of silicone, so they're heat safe. You get a pair of magnetic tweezers. And again, the magnetic tweezers are designed to work closed. You pick up the die closed, and then you move the die over to your platform or your silicone mat, and then you open the die. Yep. So then you go over to your mat and then open it, and it will release them. So they're designed to be used closed. They're kind of like reverse tweezers. Okay. And then the last piece that you see in there, and some of you guys have this and some of you guys don't, and I'll explain what it is. It is a thick metal shim. So when this machine was first released, it did not come with a thick metal shim. And so they would tell you, you have to use, if you read the instructions, you have to use the thin metal shim from your Gemini Junior machine. But I believe all of the new machines now come with this thicker metal shim. This is designed for the cut and foil dies. And we're going to talk about that. Tracy's got one on her machine there. You know they are cut and foil dies because they are dark gray in color, but it allows you to foil and also cut. So if you don't have that, you can use your thin metal shims, but you probably need extra paper shims. But you can, all of the new foil presses come with this. If you have an older one, you may not have this.
It also came with a set of dies, like a small frame and a corner die, some scalloping and a little butterfly and a little happy birthday sentiment. So, and it came with a small roll of gold foil.
Is everybody understanding where we're at, what we got going on here? Oh, let me show you what my machine is doing now. So I accidentally had my machine on high heat here. Okay, see how it's green? It's like, hey, I'm ready to play. Okay, well, you only really need medium or high heat if you are going to be using other brands of foil. We'll talk about that in a second. But for the Gemini FoilPress paper craft foil, you want to move it to low. Okay, so can you guys see it saying cool and it's beeping at me? So what that means is my plate is too hot. All I need to do is disconnect it and allow this to cool down. So we're going to let that cool down. I don't know how I hit it on high. Okay. I wonder if I use the foil press enough. Okay. Oh, I guess Ryan jumped on, so everybody's all Ryan.
Ryan. It's Ryan.
More compliments on my hair, y'all. I'll take them. This is my actual hair. I did actually curl it. It's not a wig. Do we need to do a quick refresher course on the types of foil you can use? Should I do that? By the way, if you missed it, I did do a very lengthy live. It was 3 hours long, you guys. The last hour and a half of that talks about the different hot foils. Okay, so Tracy's going to use, we'll let Tracy open her foils. By the way, they all come with this dumb tape on them, which makes it impossible to open. You basically have to slice the tape. Let me grab the different types of foils we can use because I did not do that.
Okay. And I'm going to just try to remove the adhesive tape from this basically sample size roll of gold foil that came with my new foil press. So I would imagine this is the actual genuine Gemini foil. It's a hot foil. Okay, so I'm going to trim that because it has some spots with some tape on it and I won't be able to use, I don't think I'll be able to use that section. I'm not going to get my slicer out, my cutter. I'm just going to use scissors today because I just don't have as much room on my desk today. But I am going to cut this piece of foil so that it fits over this butterfly. How long should I let this warm up, I wonder? On low.
Then we can have you run through and see how your first one works.
Okay, now.
So what you're going to do is you're going to cut your piece of foil and so Tracy has her butterfly on her platform. It's nice and warm. The green light is on low now, right?
It is, yes.
Okay. So then you're going to place your piece of hot foil. And again, it has to be hot foil, not toner foil, ugly side up. Otherwise, you're going to foil your pretty die. Okay, so we want the adhesive side up. We want the adhesive to touch the paper, which is the ugly side up. Yep.
Okay.
And it's going to want to curl up. So you want to quickly put your piece of paper on there.
I'm just using a piece of pattern paper.
Okay. Then you're going to put your top plate on. And when you put your top plate on, you want to butt it up against that top.
Okay.
There's an indentation. So push it all the way up to there. There you go. Okay. Now set your timer for 15 seconds. So you're going to press That's plain white, like paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to press. It's just Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper.
Okay. So set your timer for 15 seconds because it's been on there a while. So just press up on the plus button where it says S.
Seconds.
Yep. 15 seconds because you're using Gemini paper craft foil, which works on a very low heat. Actually, you could probably go to 20 seconds because that's a bigger die.
Okay, then hit start.
Then hit start, and it's going to count down. And when it beeps, you're going to disconnect that whole platform and run it through the Gemini Junior.
Okay, the Gemini Junior sets right here. I'm like freaking out thinking, I'm setting this through my Gemini Junior. What? It just doesn't seem natural. But I know they're meant to go together. So
yes. Now, if you do make the mistake of, so now it beeped, it's telling you it's done. You're going to disconnect that platform very carefully, feed it through your Gemini Junior. Yep, you got to hold it up.
Whoops.
Flat.
Everything slid around. I don't know
and
how
that's where those hot handles come in. So to give you guys the secret, if you grab from the bottom right and the top left right here, you got to grab it flat and feed it through. It's really not that hot. But if you touch the center part, it gets hot. So I just grab from the bottom right of the handle and the top left. Now, if you have an issue, like I have the issue with the Spellbinder's Glimmer, what Tracy just had, where the plate kind of slides around a little bit, use a little bit of the heat safe tape, which is Cricut tape, and you can make a hinge and you can tape your plate, can tape this right up to the butt here. Okay. You do not want this plate on top of that little thing. It has to butt up right against there. So you want that right up against there. And when you pull it out, you want to pull it out carefully and feed it through your Gemini carefully. Okay. So now, yep, you can take that off. You see Tracy took it off.
It has a little bit of an outline, Nancy, of the die.
That's normal because that is a cut and foil die. So it's not going to cut through, but yeah, you're going to have a little bit of an outline. That's perfectly normal.
Okay.
I'll prove it to you. Look at mine.
Okay. Am I ready to peel? I let it cool.
Okay. You always want to let the foil cool. Now pull the paper off. And it is a learning curve for everybody, depending again on your paper, depending on your foil. Now that paper must be super thick is my guess. And I'll tell you why, because it already started to cut through and is there a little bit of overfoiling on there?
Yeah, a little bit up in this corner.
Yeah, so I can see that it's probably because of the thicker card stock. So might want to turn the time down a little bit to probably 15 seconds. Now, Tracy's machine is so new and her Gemini is so tight, it already started cutting through. You can see it started to cut through, but that's where that metal plate comes in. If you wanted to actually cut through the die, you would use that metal plate and run it through the Gemini.
I see what you're saying. The metal plate, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So it's a green butterfly, but I think it's pretty.
Okay, I'm going to read comments real quick. Do you want to try another one, Tracy, and
we should
back the time down to maybe 15 seconds and see how that does.
Karen asked me if this is my Christmas gift. Yes, from my husband and my son. Woohoo!
Yep. Oh, I was saying if you do happen to hot foil your dies or your shims, it does happen. Acetone, not fingernail polish remover. Acetone will take that foil off. Yes, Cheryl, you don't have to. You can. It depends. Again, each machine, each Gemini Junior, the paper that you're using, the foil that you're using, you're going to have different thicknesses. So there is a learning curve in learning how your papers perform, how your foils perform, how your machine performs. So you may not need that for cutting. It's, like her machine pretty much cut almost the whole way through without it.
Just trying to find this. I have this thanks die, Nancy, that I want to try.
Yeah, and she's using Spellbinder's dies. You can use Spellbinder's Glimmer dies. You can use the Gemini FoilPress dies, obviously. You can use Picket Fence. My favorite things, all those companies are now making hot foil stamps, hot foil dies. They don't cut, they foil. You cannot use Todo brand, Todo. They're out of the UK. So while she's getting that ready, I'll explain the foils to you real quick. The foils you want to use on this machine are the Gemini FoilPress foils. They are specifically designed for this machine and they do work differently. Again, check out my What You Need to Know About Foiling video. for that. But there is a difference here because one is a multi-craft foil and one is a paper foil, okay? Paper craft foils work on a low heat, 15, 20, 30 seconds, depending on the size of your surface area or your die. Multi-craft foil is a medium to high heat foil. Normally you got to go a little longer on your timing. And this is going to also be the same as Glimmer, Spellbinder's Glimmer foil. Comes in a 4-pack or a single. Go Press and foil. So if you have the Couture Creations Go Press and foil. Foil Quill foil, which comes in sheets or rolls. And I keep telling everybody about the new kid on the block who's a little bit overpriced. He's a little bougie. He's a bougie hot foil. The new Cricut foil is hot foil. Don't let them fool you. It's hot foil. So any of these, if you have any of these, Cricut, We Are Memory Keepers, Glimmer, Go Press and foil. And if you happen to be in the UK and you have the Toto foil, you can use any of these, but you will need to increase your heat setting to either medium or high. And I would start with 20 seconds and work my way up, again, depending on the size of your die, the size of your, or the type of paper you're using. Paper does matter, always matters. And again, the pressure that you have in your machines. Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I did not blend these papers. They are designer series papers from last year's Stampin' Up catalog. That's what these are. And I just thought that was so pretty with the blending and the ombre look. That's kind of my style. Elizabeth Walker says she's had one for a year and she hasn't been brave enough to try it. Get it out, Elizabeth. Go now, girl.
Right
Go
now,
get it.
Elizabeth.
Let's do this together.
This is Tracy's first time, so get it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a question. Do I lay my die? Yeah, it would be the word backwards, I believe.
No, it's always face up. And I'll tell you why, because if you do it face down, you're going to cut it to your mat. Okay.
Okay.
So it's always face up.
Tracy Fear asked, will it work on top of ink blended paper?
Yes. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment today that I have not tried before. Y'all want to guess what this is?
Just make sure it's dry, right, Nancy?
Yep.
Oh, Diana.
We're going to try this little
so
experiment.
excited. This is a great intro.
Awesome.
And Karen is really liking it too. She loves your foiling playlist, Nancy. She refers to it. Ooh, look at that. Pretty, pretty. That's a gymongous piece of paper.
Yes, so we'll talk about in a second, but we're going to have you put your Spellbinder's hot foil die face up, and I'll show you why. This is where it gets a little confusing because you want it in a particular place on your paper. You got to move your paper out of the way a second there.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, put your die where you put your die. Nope, you want it at the bottom, right?
Here.
So put your die towards the bottom. Yep.
And I can use my little thingy to straighten it up.
Yep, you kind of have to think backwards with this system because it goes on the sandwich upside down. All right. So you got to put it that way. And then you're going to put your piece of foil ugly side up.
Oops. Foil might help.
Suzette, get it out. Yes, it is. It is vodka ink, Tracy. Yes, vodka ink.
What is it?
It is alcohol inks, and I'll show you guys what I did it on.
Well, this piece is rather large. I'm allowed to trim it, I bet.
You definitely want to trim it, and I'll tell you why. Because the hot foil has adhesive built into it. So with that adhesive, there's going to be overfoiling. So you want to cut that down to precisely match the size of your dies if you can. You don't want too much overhanging off of the sides because that overhanging piece will touch your paper, and as soon as the heat touches it, it will stick and cause overfoiling. Okay. Perfect. Yep. Okay, so now put your foil down, upside down. Yes, ugly side up. This is the total opposite of toner foiling. We're going backwards here.
And work fast.
Now paper turn down. Your paper over to where you want your paper. Yep.
Nancy, now it's hard because I kind of shake a little bit. So
you're going to put your
top
top plate on it. You have to have a
steady hand, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Now I would do 15 seconds.
Okay.
Hit start.
I started it.
Thank you, Kathy. I have a ton of videos. If you check out my playlists, I have a hot foil playlist. I also have a toner playlist. If you don't know the difference, I have a video on that too. So check them out. Now you're going to pull from the bottom right and the top left. Hold on to your sandwich all together, Tracy, so it doesn't wiggle wobble. There you go. Now put your finger on the tops there so they don't move.
Okay.
There
Like
you
this?
go. Yes, perfect. Now feed it through the junior.
The paper moved because it was overhanging.
So that would be the biggest downside to this is a pretty small platform. So if you're trying to do anything larger than this platform size, it fits through your Gemini Junior, that paper is going to get a little tore up. So you want to cut down your paper to match.
Yeah, that's what I should have done.
What is vodka ink? It's alcohol ink. She just called it vodka ink.
Smells very potent.
Yes. All right. Now do a little wave to cool the foil down. Hold it up to the camera. And this is what we call foil porn, y'all. Wow, chicka,
boy.
bow, wow. Reveal it, baby.
Ooh, look at that. So pretty. Oh my God. Now this is my fault because I shifted a little bit when I put it in the machine. I shifted.
That's okay.
Like I
so
shifted
what
the
you're gonna
paper.
do,
The paper wiggled a little bit.
what you're going to do is you're going to get very good at holding onto your sandwich like this. And you always want to make sure that you're holding onto it when you grab it, you guys. You're grabbing the whole platform by one of these bottom corners here and one of these top corners. So you grab it like this and then feed it through, because if this wiggles, then the die wiggles and the paper wiggles and we get a little bit of movement. So you want to be careful of that. So that's why they provide those little hot hands so you can use them. I don't really use them. I just kind of grab like this.
Well,
okay.
Another thing that I noticed, Nancy, is this is 6x6 paper.
Yep.
So there's a little lip that kind of hangs over that I'm getting hung up on. If I would
so
trim this down just a little bit,
Yep.
I think I would do a better job.
And you want to have a mono sand eraser, which mine just grew legs and walked away apparently.
Right here, look at that. I have one of those babies. Look at that.
So in the corner, if you have a little bit of foiling, you take that little mono sand eraser and it will take it right off.
Okay. Well, first of all, I love that thanks diet. That is perfect for a sentiment. I love it. Nice big
And if
sentiment.
you guys don't have these dies, I do have a Spellbinders link, so you can get these dies from Spellbinders. I have a Craft Stash link, and I have a scrapbook.com link where you can get a lot of these items.
Yes, yes. So,
and of course, there's Amazon.
Yeah, I'll just work on that part later, getting rid of the extra foil. But for now, I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased.
Another thing I'm going to ask you guys to invest in. So Cricut sells this heat safe tape, and the heat safe tape is a very strong plastic tape, and it will go several rounds of holding on to your stuff. It doesn't rip or anything. However, I don't recommend using this on your paper or your foil because it's very strong. Okay. So it's not going to want to release your foil or your paper very easily. So if you're going to do what's called the hinge method, and I did not make that up, I learned it from Yana Shmakula. You want to watch Yana's page. She does a lot with the Spellbinders Glimmer machine. Is she uses Post-it tape or mint tape or purple tape, because these tapes have a very low tack. And what you can actually do before you run everything through the machine is tape it all together with this low tack tape, and you can lift it and see where you're foiling. So I'm going to actually do hands down now and see if I can show you guys a better of that.
I think I need help with that. I think that would help me.
Oh, here's my mono sand eraser.
All right. See?
All right. So let me go hands down.
It came back. I'm going to find a masculine card. I'm going to find a masculine paper.
And I'm enjoying everybody's questions. So if you have questions and you've been intimidated by this machine, don't be. It's really not that hard of a machine to learn. Actually, Tracy has my original Go Press and foil machine, which was really difficult for me to learn, but I learned it. And then I went to the Gemini FoilPress and I gave that other machine away. And I then bought the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine, and the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine does have a learning curve as well. It's a little bit of a different learning curve, but the Gemini FoilPress machine, hands down, is the easiest one to learn, you guys, because it has heat timing settings. It has a very easy, you don't have to make any different sandwiches. It's just putting the top plate on and that's it. So for me, I'm always going to endorse the Gemini FoilPress machine based on everything else that's out there if you're going to do hot foiling. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to trim this down a little bit so I don't have an overhang. I'm going to do this nice masculine wooden paper. Ooh,
Go ahead.
that's going to look good, baby.
I'm going to cut down. So this is a piece of School Smart white poster board. It's 11 by 14. And I was swatching out all of my beautiful alcohol inks, and I thought, oh, you know what? I really need to learn how to do this alcohol ink background. So I did some in Marabou neon inks, which you can pick up from my Joggles link. And then I did some in some pinks, but I thought these would make fun, festive backgrounds if I can get them the hot foil. I am slightly concerned because, again, hot foil will stick once there's heat. So I'm afraid some of these raised areas where the foil is, now this is completely dry now, the foil might stick to it, but we're gonna learn together. So I'm gonna kind of cut these down to card front panel sizes. So I guess I'll do 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then I can cut them down from there even more.
And I'm just cutting my foil more precisely to fit this piece of cardstock so there's not overhang.
Who's asking here? Okay, Kathy says, why would you use the high or medium settings? Kathy, you need to use the high or medium settings if you are using any of the other foils I mentioned. So Spellbinder's Glimmer foil, Foil Quill foil, Cricut foil, Toto foil, We Are Memory Keepers foil. All of those foils don't work at a low heat. Only the Gemini FoilPress Papercraft foil works at a low heat. So that's when you would use those other ones.
All right, I'm going to try it again, Nancy. 15 seconds. Oh, pretty side down.
Pretty side down. That's the #1 mistake everybody makes with the machine. It happens to all of us.
There, that's trimmed much better. Nice. That's better. Okay. Not an overhang. Hold on to your plate. Okay. Start. Let's see. Okay, Karen, the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper. I only have the Designer Series paper from last year. I don't think I have this year's. Well, maybe this is this year's because it's the, what's it called?
It is this year's.
Okay, it is this year's. I'll have to find that other color.
Keep asking your questions. If I miss it, my admins will let me know that I missed it and I'll come back to it.
Okay, let's see how this one turned out. Whoa, foil came right off. I didn't mean for it to come right off like that. It just did. I mean, like the waste paper, not the foil. So I did it again. I have a little bit of a smudge at the end. That's my fault
okay.
because I'm not holding on to it right, but I think with practice I'll get better.
You will. You will.
But how about that for a manly sentiment to send to a man, like a thank you card for a man? I think that would be awesome.
Love
that wood grain. Yeah. I think this is my favorite die so far. I love it. Very nice. Okay, good. Okay. Where's my little tweezers? Oh, there they are. Okay. put that to the side so it can cool. And let's see what other dies I have here. Hot foil dies. Some thank yous that are really bold sentiments. Hello, dear friend. That's cute.
Oh, I neglected, and I have a whole box in front of me. If you want a good value, definitely look into Blue Bonnet Foil on Facebook. I don't have an affiliate link with them. I just like that they give you a lot of foil. It's basically $5 a roll of foil, but they're much longer foils. And again, they do work on high. They work on high and medium heat settings. So all of these foils, by the way, will work with the other machines. So the Spellbinder Glimmer machine, the Go Press and Foil machine, the Toto machine. These are all hot foiling systems. Do not confuse these foils with toner or mink foil. Do not put these foils through your mink machine. Do not do that. You will regret it. Believe me. Okay, so I'm just going to use this little pink scrap here. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it out. So I want to foil this love. This is a Spellbinder's Glimmer Love. You can see that raised, so there's no cutting on here. It's just going to press into the foil like letter press. Okay, so I'm going to put my foil. This is some red, I don't know what this is, Gemini foil. Okay, and I'm going to cut this down because that's way too much. Oh, it already stuck to the alcohol ink. This may not work in my favor, you guys. I'm experimenting here. Okay, so we're gonna put this down. It's starting to stick already because of the heat. Then I'm gonna put my die down, and then I'm gonna take some either purple tape or mint tape or post-it tape, and I'm going to tape the die, the foil, and onto my cardstock. And then what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to lift and look at this and make sure it's all completely foiled. It's beeping at me that it's ready. I'm going to do 15 seconds and see how this works. But this alcohol paper may not work. Jim's on here. Happy birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, Jim.
And then you'll see I'll grab from the bottom. Oh, I'm not even in frame,
Jan.
y'all.
Happy birthday, Jan. Not
Happy
Jim.
birthday, Jan. Oh, somebody said Jim.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to grab the bottom right and I'm going to grab the top left. And you'll see as I use my kind of ring finger to dislodge the heating plate from the bottom, my thumb and my pointer finger are going to be holding on to the top and bottom. And then this pointer finger is holding here. So it's all in one motion. I pull and then I hold on and I'm clamping the whole sandwich here. So nothing's moving around. And then I just stick it through the Gemini. Okay, now I'm not immediately connecting this because that's what's going to cause the plate to warp. So I'm not ready to move on to my next project. When I'm ready, then I will plug this back in. Now, again, this particular paper with my little design may not work. Okay, so can you guys see how the hinge method works is you take your die and carefully lift it. You pull your foil up and carefully lift it, leaving the tape intact. And if I have beautiful foiling, which I do have, wow, then I can remove everything. If it's underfoiled, I can go back in and re-add it, but it's exactly where I want it. Oh my gosh, that came out pretty good.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I will say
Very
the foiling did try to stick to some of the thicker layers of the alcohol ink, but I'm not mad at it. It kind of looks good, you guys.
I like it. What a beautiful love sentiment. So Doug got me some of this Glimmer Hot foil. So I think Nancy said
Okay.
I'm going to have to turn up the heat a little bit on this one.
Turn up the heat to medium.
Okay.
And I write down on mine somewhere. I've written down on mine. I usually start at medium, 25 seconds.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to do the same thing. So now I'm going to plug my platform in. I'm going to go to medium and I'm going to put I like to preheat my dies. Personal preference. A lot of people don't think they need to do that. I do like to preheat, but it's, again, personal preference. All right, I have this Happy Birthday hot foil die, which I picked up from the Not Too Shabby shop. So you'll want to use Tracy's link. It was sold out last time I checked. So if it is, I'm sorry. But this is from My Favorite Things.
I love that stamp. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to have my paper, have my little happy birthday where I want it. I'm going to do the hinge method here. So I'm going to take a piece of mint tape or Post-it tape and just stick that down. And then I'm going to use a piece of blue bonnet foil. I'm going to use this. This is how long the rolls of blue bonnet foil come. They're very long. They ship quickly. Now, to order from them, it's not a shop. She uses her Facebook page as her shop. You have to message her, and she does sell toner and foil quill foil. I do recommend her hot foil, her foil quill foil. But you message her what you actually want. So I know I want my happy birthday there in the center. I'm going to put my pink, pretty faceted hot foil down. She calls it foil quill foil. And try to get under there. Now I'm going to push this back over. Oh, my tape came off. Keep that all
Hopefully
together.
15 seconds was long enough for that with that glimmer foil.
Should have been. Now I'm going to flip the die is always on the plate. So you always have to flip it upside down. And I'm on medium, and I'm going to do 20 seconds because this is a thicker, wider hot foil. I think 23 is my magic number. For some reason, I always think 23. So I'm going to do medium, 23 seconds on mine. And it is green, so I'm going to hit start. Bye, Eileen. Oh, Kathy's taking notes. Great.
Hey, Debadoo. How are you? Okay. Whoa. I think I did something wrong. Okay. I wonder why my die stuck to the paper.
It will through the foil. Hold on. Let me look.
Okay.
Okay, hold it up again.
Okay.
Do you have it face down or face up?
I had it in the same direction as all the other ones. Uh-oh, I did it backwards.
You did it backwards. You had your dies face. You keep putting your dies backwards.
Okay. That's a rookie mistake.
That is a hard thing to remember. At least you didn't foil your dies. You had the foil on, right?
Exactly.
Because it is backwards from everything else we learn in die cutting, you know?
Totally backwards. See? I'll do it right this time.
All right. So now you can see it's been pressed down. I'm going to lift my tape or my die carefully. By the way, they are warm. And now I'm going to lift my foil and take a peeky peek at it. And it did foil properly. Again, a little over foiling because of the alcohol inks.
That's pretty. That looks good.
And if you don't like the over foiling, you can go in with your mono sand eraser and kind of, take some of that off. But mine is sticking to my alcohol ink. but I can die cut this now and use it.
I noticed that these dies that say happy birthday, hugs and kisses have little like
Indents.
arrows that you can line them up. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good thing because I have trouble lining things up sometimes. Okay, let's redo that one.
All right, so I'm going to move my little alcohol sheets out of the way because I really wanted clean foiling. And I'll bring in some regular Hamilco. What?
Oh, I forgot Hamilco paper. Yes, yes, yes.
Hamilco is my go-to foiling paper.
It is the best.
If you have too much heat or too much time, Kathy's question was, what happens to the foil if you put the machine to medium 45 seconds? Here's what happens. You're going to get over foiling on everything. Let me grab some, let me cut some paper down to show you guys. Okay. You definitely want to invest in this Hamilco paper. It's a super smooth paper. It's semi-gloss. It's not glossy like photo paper, okay? And again, I'm going to cut this down to 5.5 by 4.25. And you can ink blend over this once you're done foiling it. You can color with markers once you're done foiling it. Color pencils, you know, whatever you want. You can stamp over it. So, but this paper is just ultra smooth and it works really well when it comes to foiling, okay? But I'll show you what happens. So let me grab a die here.
Well, powder is the enemy of foil. You don't want to put anything powdery or the anti static tool against your foil, right, Nancy? Or against your paper, or against your paper for that matter, right?
Correct. You do not want to use any dust, anti-static tools, nothing. Do not use that at all near your foil. That defeats the whole purpose of foil, Tracy, because it actually puts particles that stick between your foil and the image. And so then what happens, it's not going to work. You don't want to use that. Go back and watch, for you guys that are new and didn't get to watch the live. It says don't start your foiling until you watch this video. I literally answer every single possibly question you could have about foiling in 3 hours, which is really long, but the first hour and a half was on toner foil, and then the last hour and a half was on hot foiling. Yes. You can foil on vellum, Carol. It is a little tricky, but yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nancy, yay, perfection.
Yay, beautiful.
Yeah.
And you did medium for how long?
For 15 seconds.
Good. Yeah, so there is a book that comes with the Gemini machine, and in the back of the book, it does tell you what kind of heat settings and timer you should be using. Now, of course, it's geared towards their foils and their dies. So if you're going to be using Foil Quill, Spellbinders, Couture Creations, any of those other companies, you really need to make notes for yourself. And I used to write on my boxes 25 seconds, medium, or whatever I was going to do there. So I want to show you guys what happens when you overfoil and what happens when you underfoil, because those are the two mistakes you're going to make the most. Okay. So I'm going to, this is a stag head from Crafter's Companion. I'm going to put that down in the center, and I'm going to move this to low. So I'm going to put it on low for 15 seconds, and I'm using Couture Creations Go Press and Foil. Okay. These foils don't work well on low heat. They need to be on high heat, but we're going to give it 15 seconds to warm up. Where's my top plate? Okay. It's ready. I'm going to put my Go Press and Foil on there. I'm going to put my paper on there and my top plate, and I'm going to give it 15 seconds to count down. And this is going to underfoil. Don, you can use it with Deco Foil Duo Gel through stencils. So Deco Foil Duo Gel through stencils works with or without heat. So if you bought the wrong foils or were given the wrong foils, or you found foil on clearance and you snatched it up, which we all have done. I would not have met Stacy if she didn't do that. You can use those through the Deco Foil Duo Gel with the any foils, whether it's hot foil or toner foil. All right, so this is called underfoiling. So you can see half of it is not foiled. That's what happens when you don't have the right temperature and you don't have the right timing on your foil. So all of these, yeah, it would still underfoil because there's not enough heat to get that adhesive to remove off of there. All shimming is going to do is press it down. We don't have an issue with it pressing down. You can see it's very nicely pressed down on the top here. We have an issue because there's too much surface area here. It's not hot enough. It's not going to foil. So this is underfoiling, and that's because I use the Go Press and Foil, and the Go Press and Foil and the Spellbinder's Glimmer Foil and the Foil Quill Foil and the Cricut Foil all need to be on medium or high heat, okay? So let me now switch over to medium heat. Again, my magic number, I believe, for whatever reason, is 23. I think of Michael Jordan. Okay, so now it's going to go to medium heat. It's going to warm up. While it's warming up, I'm going to let it cook with the little baby lid on there, all right? And I'm going to cut another piece of the same foil. Oh, it's already ready. Okay, how you doing, Trace?
I'm doing the same thing as you. I have this Go Press and Foil. So I'm going to put it to 23.
Go to medium.
It's on medium, okay?
Yep.
And then I have a piece of Himilco paper that I did a watercolor wash on the background. This is like something I did on my own.
Okay.
See how it works.
Okay.
Worth a try.
All right, so this says medium, the green light's on. I'm going to hit start, and I'm going to cut one more piece of foil so you can see what it looks like when it's underfoiled, what it looks like when it's foiled just right, and what it looks like when it's overfoiled. That's why I like this system, because you don't need a shim on this system. Now, if you're using the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine or the Go Press and Foil machine, you might need to shim that. That might be your problem, because those machines are already super hot. Okay, so it beeped. We're ready to run this through.
Mine too. Here we go. Taking it through.
Jerry, you're going to just have to kind of keep your eyes open. The foil press machine, usually it's on Amazon, HSN, scrapbook.com. Craft Stash is normally where the best price is. Those are the pages you want to keep an eye out on. All right, so this was medium at 23 seconds. I'm going to turn the machine on high and put that lid back on. This should be pretty perfectly foiled.
Should I rotate this shim?
It doesn't really matter. You can.
Okay.
Oh, we're still underfoiled here. We're getting better.
Okay, let's see how mine turned out.
It's very distressed looking. I kind of like it for a deer.
What do you think, Nancy?
Wow, good job.
That's Himilco paper.
So write down on the box, on the foil that you used, medium, 23 seconds. So you know next time you use it, that's what it needs to be on.
Okay, I will.
All right, so all right, I'm going to do my high, and then I'm going to do the high for 23 seconds.
Yeah, that turned out really nice.
Same
water-
die, same foil, same paper. Okay, high, start.
That'll make a nice birthday card.
Yeah, Craft Stash has a US and a UK website, but their prices generally for this kind of stuff, because it's a UK based company, their pricing is a little bit better for most of these items. And yes, I agree with you, Deb, that HSN is nice because they do allow you to do break it down into payments. If you have an HSN card, you can do payments. This is warm now because I used it on high heat. So this is where you'll see me pull my tongs in because this baby gets hot.
Yeah, this is not a child-friendly activity, you guys.
It's not. Now on this one, we did high. Watermelon sugar. High. Okay, 23 seconds, y'all.
Yeah, Joyce, I probably do need to cut my foil a little bit shorter to the size that I'm using.
Okay,
Yep,
so
you're probably right.
I'm actually going to turn this up to, somebody said 45 seconds. Let me show you what it looks like. We'll do one more example here so you guys can see every facet of this stag. Yeah, Stacy, you may need to cut your foils down a little so that they're not longer than your dies.
Stacy?
Tracy. I knew that was going to happen. Oops, that one's too thin.
Come on. This guy does not want to let go. There we go.
All right, so here is low. This is again Hamilco semi-gloss paper. You can pick that up in my Amazon shop. And it says semi-gloss or glossy. It's the exact same paper. Low, 15 seconds, a lot of underfoiling. Underfoiling means it did not foil where we wanted it to foil, okay? Now, if you're having this issue in the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine or the Go Press and Foil machine, those machines do require shimming. So you may have to add additional shims, but on the Gemini machine, you don't need any additional shims. The shims make it's perfectly aligned to work. Okay. Then I went to medium at 23 seconds. You can see it got a little better coverage. Again, no additional shims. It was just a matter of heat and timing. So medium 23 seconds, it was okay, right? Well, look at the difference between that and high 23 seconds. Now, here's what's going to happen when you go to high. They're starting to get some overfoiling here between the antlers. The foiling is beautiful, but now my plate's also going to start warping because I'm using it at high. So I've got one more pass here. I'm going to show you guys. I have it on high for 45 seconds. I have my next piece of foil cut ready to go here. And again, I want to cut it down to almost perfectly match the size of the foil. Always ugly side up because that's the side with the adhesive. I'll put my paper on there and my top plate. And I'm going to let this go on high for 45 seconds, which is going to be way too hot. And start. And we're going to get some overfoiling here. Bye, Roberta.
Bye, Roberta. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm always mixing up Tracy and Stacy, Stacy and Tracy. I do it to them all the time.
Yeah. So Doug's cousin married a girl named Stacy, and Doug's best friend married a girl named Tracy. So when we were younger, in our younger days, before any of us had kids, we would all hang out together. We'd have 2 Tracys and a Stacy.
Okay, put this back in the big boy box. Okay. Scratch you. All right. All right, so here is what happens when you start to get over foiling. Oh, of course it's not going to do it this time. Basically, the whole thing gets foiled. And that's how you know you've used the wrong foil as well, because the foil sticks all over. So if you've tried to use your ink machine and you don't understand why foiling is sticking everywhere, it's because you're using hot foil. So don't use hot foil in your ink machine. Okay.
So somehow my die went sideways, probably because I bumped it whenever I was putting the cover plate on. And it says hello, and it's straight, but the dear friend is crooked. Darn it. That's a pretty watercolor background. I really wanted to use it.
Well, that set comes with a die, so you could cut out the hello.
Oh, yes.
It has the hello. A matching outline die, so you could cut it out and then go back in and refoil it on a scrap piece of paper. So I often try not, and you guys know I love doing 1-layer cards, but when it comes to foiling, that's really tough to do because they do shift. Sometimes you get over foiling, sometimes you get under foiling. So I've just kind of made it a habit to do my foiling first and then go back and say, is this good enough for me to stamp a sentiment on? Is this good enough for me to color on? Is it not good enough and I need to cut it out first? Because if you make this beautiful card front, believe me, ask me how I know, and then you go and foil it and your foil over foils or it under foils or it sticks where you don't want it to stick or your die moved, you've ruined your whole card front. So if you're going to be doing hot foiling, I'm going to recommend that you do your hot foiling first and then go back and do your outline second. Okay. Now I want to show you guys something already, and using this platform on high heat is starting to warp. This is my older platform, so it does warp easier than the newer one. But I want to show you guys what that looks like when it starts to happen. So the one in front is my straight one. And the one in the back, can you guys see in the middle how it's bowing up? I have them pressed up against each other.
Wow.
So see that space? So it is starting to warp. It will start to kind of, curl in the middle because I think that's where most of the heat is concentrated. And again, as it goes through the Gemini, it's going to happen. So if I continue to use this plate, what will happen is the top and the bottom will foil and the bottom won't because of that little curve in there. So I would back this back down to low and use just Gemini, or I'm going to put this underneath my Gemini machine and it will flatten it back out. So as that cools down, it will flatten out straight. And that's why it's good to have a second plate if you wanted to continue doing foiling. So I'm going to go back to low on mine and it will start to cool down. And just leaving this unplugged will allow it to cool down as well. The machine does have an automatic shut off feature. I believe if you are using it for more than 50 minutes, I don't know why I think that's the number, but if you're using it for a certain period of time, it will shut itself off to allow the machine to cool down. I have heard people have had certain machines after certain amounts of usage, they just don't heat up anymore. You would need to contact Crafter's Companion if you have that problem with your machine. The number one thing I'm going to tell you guys about this machine is Crafter's Companion will not endorse you using it in a Big Kick, Big Shot, Cuttlebug, Cricut, any of those other machines, the Spellbinder's machine. If you're going to use a manual die cutting system, the Vagabond, you need to get the other one, which is the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine. Crafter's Companion will also not endorse if you use the Toto dies. The Toto dies are extra thick and they do not work well in the machine. And please do not think you can use embossing folders to foil through this machine. Nancy's not going to endorse that. If you do that, you will break your machine. You are on your own, and I will say, I told you so. If you want to do foiling with your embossing folders, which can be done, you have to use it in either the Go Press and Foil machine or the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine. You cannot do it in this machine. Okay, so each machine has its advantages. Each machine has its disadvantages. You have to decide which one you want to go with. If you want a machine that's easy to use, it's going to give you 9 out of 10 times the best foiling results, this is the machine that you want, as long as you have a Gemini Junior die cutting system. All right, what you got there, Tracy?
So I cut out the hello with the die cut that came with it.
Beautiful.
And it looks really cute. It's really cute. It's pink foil on like a light blue watercolor, Hamilco. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to do that again.
Okay. Hi, Caffany. Go ahead and ask me questions, you guys. I am reading. Okay. Why is it that the only foils that work well are the solids? The second question is, how do you flatten the Gemini plates that have bowed? So, Barbara, answer your questions. The Gemini plates that have bowed, you want to get them nice and hot. You want to use them on high heat for a little bit, and then put them directly under your Gemini machine. Your machine is super heavy. The Gemini machine is what, 8 pounds? So it will flatten as it cools out. And number 2, why is it the only foils that work well are the solids? And my guess is because of the embeds that are in the foils. I'm going to agree with you on that. These little embeds in the foil have different thicknesses. So what ends up happening is you get different areas of transfer for the heat. So I will agree with you. The solid foils do tend to work better than the glittery foils for that reason. As far as embossing folder goes through my Gemini, all it does is squeeze it out. No, I'm not. I mean your Gemini, Tracy. I mean using an embossing folder with your Gemini FoilPress. Do not use a embossing folder with this. You can use embossing folders through your Gemini. Yes. Do not use it with your FoilPress is what I meant by that. Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie.
And Joann's is having a sale, or they were last week. So the foil quill foils you can buy in these individual sheets, or you can buy them in rolls. They were having these on sale. Hobby Lobby carries this Glimmer Hot foil. It comes in single rolls or 4-pack. You can usually use your coupon and pick those up on sale. And again, you can use my links. I have links for Craft Stash, Amazon, Spellbinders, and there's so many places you guys can look. Yes. Heat your Gemini plate to high. Yep. Let it go to high. You want it to basically warm the plastic up. And then once it's hot, take it off and put it underneath your Gemini cutting machine. And the weight will flatten that plastic down. You want that plastic to be soft.
So somebody asked were my dies backward. Yes, the dies were on backwards because that is how they have to be. Nancy showed me. I did not realize that, but it's sort of backwards from what we learned. But you see, yes. I had them on backwards, and this is how it turned out.
Yep.
Perfect. It's perfectly foiled. I put this with the glimmer foil for 23 seconds. This is Hamilco paper that I watercolored.
Tracy, you want to watch the video Ryan and I did on Ryan's channel? I'm sure you're familiar with his Glitter Grunge Greetings. Ryan and I did an unboxing on his Gemini Junior, and we did different types of embossing folders. So they will tell you the sandwiches you need from the embossing folders. There's actually 3 different types of sandwiches you need for doing embossing folders. Yep. Yes, beautiful. could you transfer the warm embossing folder to another machine instead of the Gemini Junior? The answer to that is yes and no, Jan. No, you cannot use this in any other die cutting machine. It's a big no-no. But if you want to take the hot embossing folder, if you want to warm it up on here and take that embossing folder and then run that through your die cutting system, I suppose you could do that. But honestly, it's not worth it, because by the time you've done that, you've moved your paper and you've moved your paper and your foil in your embossing folder, and it just either comes out overfoiled or underfoiled. I have tried many experiments for you guys, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the headache.
Okay, so I have this Spellbinders die that says thank you, 4 cutting dies, bold type thank you.
I need to do some thank yous, so I'm going to follow in your footsteps.
I guess there's 2 different styles. One has like these lines in it, and the other is just solid. But still, these would go
Those
down
are not
backwards.
glimmer dies. Those are regular dies.
Oh,
so I'm
well,
glad
then
you
that's a
brought
good
that
point.
up. I'm
That's
glad
a
you
good
brought
point.
that up.
Yes.
Let me show you guys what that is. I am
Looks
so
like
glad.
a glimmer die. It's
It
the
looks
same
like
color.
it. Yep.
Confusing.
So when you guys buy Glimmer Hot foil dies, you have to look for this in the top right corner. It says Glimmer Hot foil system. When you buy a regular Spellbinders die, it doesn't have that. It's very confusing because the packaging looks almost exactly the same, and some of you may have purchased this. They've started to put this sticker that says hot foil to try to help folks, but that's not on everything. So it needs to say Glimmer Hot foil system for you to use it in hot foil. These are not regular dies. They will not cut. They will not serve any purpose for you if you don't have a hot foiling system. I mean, you could try to do letterpress with them, but you need to have this Glimmer Hot foil system glimmer plate to use these with the Glimmer or the Go Press and Foil or the Gemini FoilPress.
Yep, those are going to go with my regular dies. I just put them in the place where they belong.
Mm-hmm.
Keep my regular dies separated from my foil press dies.
And you can tell which ones are for hot foiling and which ones are for cutting. I'll show you this. This set actually has 2. It says foil transfer letterpress and detailed cutting dies.
Okay, Debadoo. Stacy said I should make a card for Doug that says thank you. She's right, I should.
Yes.
Maybe one of those masculine cards that you started on earlier.
So as you guys look at this, all of these that are raised here that have a very flat raised edge. So for you, these sentiments over here, those are all hot foil stamps or hot foil dies. They'll press the foil and make this design. Okay. The ones at the top here, do you see how it has a very thin edge? Those are cutting dies. These will not foil. Well, they will foil, but what's going to end up happening is the foil is only going to stick to those thin lines. These are designed to be accent die cut pieces. They're not designed to be foiled. They're designed for you to cut out little pieces and use them out of accents. So this particular set has 2. So it has dies to cut on the top and hot foil dies at the bottom. So you really need to understand and look at the shape of your dies and what they're going to foil so that you understand it.
So this butterfly set has lots of pieces, and it says detailed cutting dies. So it looks like to me that it's going to actually cut them out all the way through the paper.
The ones that, let me see what you're holding up.
See, look, it
Yes.
has an out. Yeah.
Yes. So that's that one you use after you're done foiling to cut it out. And the one in the middle is the one that you would foil with.
Okay. Then it has these 2 little accent flowers.
Yep. So are they flat or are they kind of raised?
They're raised.
Okay. So those will be cutting.
Those go in the
that,
regular die cut machine?
Yes. So you feel how the butterflies feel flat?
Yes.
Those are going to foil.
So let me tell you what it feels like. this butterfly does have a section that doesn't have any decoration on it, like the little body. It reminds me of touching a penny. It's smooth, you know?
Yes.
It's smooth.
Yes.
Whereas these two on the side are rough. They have raised impression.
Cutting lines. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll take those off.
Yes, you would heat your plate in the foil press. Yes, yes, yes. I'm sorry, I didn't explain that better. You would leave your platform in here on high. You would let this get nice and hot. It would start to warp or bow. Then you're going to disconnect it and turn it upside down, and then put your Gemini Junior, set your Gemini Junior right on top of there, and it will flatten it out. Now this one I haven't even started to foil yet. Just from it sitting on the heat has already started to bow, and I haven't even done anything with it yet. The other one is under the Gemini now.
Whoops, wrong way.
I want to talk to you guys about cut and foil die so you understand how to use those. Okay, so Tracy's showing you guys the Spellbinder system, and I like the Spellbinder system better because the Spellbinder system, if it's a cut and foil die, will have one die that will foil, and then the other die is a separate piece. Okay, so this one's going to foil. This is going to be the cut die. So I would foil first, and when I'm done foiling, then I'm going to take this over my foil and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine and cut it out. So it's two separate passes, one for foiling and one for die cutting. Okay. Crafter's Companion or Gemini has different colors. So if it's dark gray, it will foil and cut. And if it's silver, it will only foil. So when you buy these from Crafter's Companion, it's going to either foil or foil and cut. And the reason you can see that is in the center, it has that flat area where it's going to foil. But along the outside of the die, there's that raised area or the cutting area. Okay. You can do these in one pass. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's a little tricky, but we'll get through that. And then there are other companies like Unity. They have two. They've done like this, the foil and cut. So you just kind of have to look at it and understand if it cuts or not. Not every single hot foil die is going to come with a matching cut die. It's just an added bonus feature.
I'm going back down to cool heat, everybody, because I'm going back to my Gemini foil. It's gold.
Okay, so unhook your platform so it'll stop beeping.
Oh, thank you,
And then
Nancy.
that
I didn't realize.
Yeah, if you unhook it, it will cool down faster.
I didn't realize that was an option. Okay.
Yep. And I'm actually going to try this Cricut foil. Overpriced Cricut foil. So I'm going to plug my machine in. I'm going to put my little dragonfly at the top there to heat up. And I'm going to go to medium. Now, this is where we need to use that special metal plate. Remember I said some of the machines had it and some of them didn't. What it's going to do is actually shim. What did I do with mine? I put it away. Whoops, I don't know what I did with mine. Hold, please. I'll let that heat up.
Hey, I'm just waiting for this to cool down. I guess the light will come back on when it's cooled down to low, right?
No, what will happen is when you plug the unit back in, it will tell you if it's cooled or not.
Oh,
I do it
Let's
on my
try
metal
it.
plate?
It's working, Nancy. It went down
here
to
it is.
cool.
There you go.
So now I'm going to do 15 seconds. This is Gemini foil. Okay,
Now
here
you
we
might
go.
want to space those out. If you're going to do a single sheet of paper, it's fine. But if you want to use the die cuts, then you want to space them out so you have enough room to do the die cutting.
Okay, I thought for this, I would just make this the card.
Okay.
And then the next time I want to use some of that pretty blue paper to make the actual cutout butterflies.
Okay. All right. So now mine's on medium. I'm going to go to 23 seconds again. And so what I've done is I've now added the metal shim. Well, let me bring this in the view. So I have my cut and foil die underneath, which is dark gray. My foil, pretty side down. My Hamilco paper, my thick metal shim, which came with the foil press, and my top plate. Okay. So the metal shim is going to allow it to cut. So it's going to hopefully foil and cut for us. I have it on medium because I'm using Cricut foil, and I have 23 seconds on the clock. I have not done this in a while, so hopefully I have my sandwich correct here. If you guys are new, make sure you have live chat on. Please give us a thumbs up if you're learning a little bit about hot foil or just having fun with Tracy and I. Now I'm going to take all of this out and run it through my Gemini Junior.
Okay, I took it through the Gemini Junior. Let's see if it worked.
And there is a little bit of cracking because what's happening is the die cut is cutting into this metal plate. And I can see it is cut through. I don't know if it has foiled. We're going to cross our fingers on that part. Okay, so you can see it has cut through. And if I lift the foil, it is foiled and it is cut. So that
Cute.
is a cut and foil. This is a dragonfly. It's a little underfoiled right here, but not too bad.
I like it. Are you ready for my reveal?
Go right ahead.
Oh my goodness, look how pretty.
Wow.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Love it. And that paper is perfect for that.
That's that Stampin' Up paper. Look at that, Karen, if you're still on. Look how pretty that turned out. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to have to do another one like that. That's pretty.
I'm going to do another one. This is also a Crafter's Companion one. This is their small butterfly.
Thank you, Sandy. I like that one. That turned out awesome.
So it's always foil side up. It's always backwards because think about it, guys. If I put my die down like this, I'm going to cut into my plate. And this is a rubber plate. So I don't want to ever put my die down because I don't want to cut it. Okay. So you always want to do it facing up. Okay. That's another question people ask. Can you mix and match dies and like foil two at the same time? The answer is yes, if they are the same manufacturer. So these are both the same Crafter's Companion cut and foil dies. So technically I could do these both at the same time. Do not mix and match your dies because they have different thicknesses and they will not foil correctly. So I normally just do one at a time to play it safe, but you could do two at the same time. So I'm going to do this butterfly now. I'm going to use that same Cricut foil and I'm going to just use the other side of the paper here.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. They're all saying how much to like the butterfly card.
Yeah, she's a quick learner, that Tracy. Put my metal plate down. Put my top plate down. Medium heat, 23 seconds. Now, my plate's a little bowed, so I'm going to help cook it by just holding it flat and hit start for 23 seconds. And that might help us with the little bit of underfoiling we had.
That's because I have a great teacher. Come on now.
Ah, you guys. Hi, Judy. Hi, Barbara.
Yeah.
Deb, how are you doing, Deb? We haven't talked to you in a while. Okay, now I'm gonna take it off. I'm going to pinch the bottom corner and pinch the top corner, hold my sandwich together. You can hear it cracking as it goes through.
Okay, that's better.
I can see that it's cut through. And now we do the foil reveal. We pull this up. And then we pull this out. See, it's die cut. And it is foiled. It's still a little under foiled. And again, it's because I'm using this off-brand foil, but it's okay. This foil works better. It works better on high heat, but you can see it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
So that's why I recommend, and I know it's expensive and it is hard to find the Gemini foil, but I do recommend the Gemini foil using this on low for this particular machine because it's going to give you better results. Now, I understand you guys need alternatives because hot foil is not cheap. It's not easy to find. I'm going to try a brand new foil to me. And yes, Tracy, I am going to do it on black cardstock.
All right.
By the way, you can keep these pieces and you can run these through on toner sheets if you wanted to reuse them and double foil them.
Oh, you could? Okay.
You can because they have adhesive on them. There is also a use your waste foil video that I've done where you can make a sandwich of lots of heat and lots of pressure to press these down on regular cardstock. But I recommend just using the toner sheets like the Deco Foil toner sheets or make your own toner sheets. It works really well just using that. By the way, I'm not going to say which company, but I saw a company's video yesterday and they were selling toner sheets, 3 of them in a pack. I didn't look up the price, but they were like, there's a magic ingredient in there for their foiling.
Oh, come on.
They were not doing dusty. They were using their double-sided printed laser paper, which was very pretty paper. But they tried to say that, and they were using a laminator that you had to buy the special black paper, which is just toner paper. You guys don't have to buy special black paper. You can use your own laser printer and photocopy a black box and print it. Or you can buy Deco Foil toner sheets. But they were like, there's a special magic ingredient on these. And I was like, yeah, it's called toner. So, and they were using Deco Foil, regular Deco Foil, and they were just using laser printed sheets. They were calling them special foil sheets.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, it does if you don't know anything about foiling and these companies are trying to make money off of you, which is why you should join the Foiling Snobs Club and continue to watch us.
Absolutely. I understand what you're saying. They'll say those things and then people will think that's the only way to do it. Right.
Hi, Kay.
Using theirs. So I'm really loving this whole little scene that I've set up. I'm going to try a purple cardstock with some silver foil this time. It's really pretty purple.
While you do that, I'm going to try to find some of my foiled samples out here that I've done some hot foiling on. Although I made birthday cards out of all of those cards. Oh, let me show those to you guys.
Thank you, Kay. Thanks, everybody that said that my cards were pretty. It's hard for me to keep up with the chat. I'm sorry if I don't answer.
No, you're doing great.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. So I'm going to show you guys these cards I made. If your birthday is this month, this is what you're getting. If you are signed up for the card swap. If you don't sign up for the new card swap, you don't get one of Nancy's cards. Okay, so the background is toner foiled and the happy birthday is hot foiled.
Oh, so it's the best of both worlds.
It is. It's, I mean, you know, got to send my FSC people nice birthday cards.
Yes.
All right, so that's that one. I will go through and show these to you guys. Here is one. This is the foil I want to show you guys. This is the clear foil. We're going to play with that in a moment. This is another one. And I just thought the winter snowflakes made a really good background for us January babies. Even if you live far away, it's still January. Here's one that I did, the Catherine Pooler stencil with the Deco Foil Duo Gel on foil card and hot foiled the center.
Very nice. Oh, I love using my printed paper, Kim, in Alaska. I do. I love using it. And I do hoard some of it, but for the most part, I put it to use.
This one was using the white wow foil, which you can, I don't know if it's in Catherine Pooler's shop, but if you guys haven't checked out Catherine Pooler, she's got foils now. She's got deco foils and she has all those new holographic foils. So we have a link for Catherine Pooler now for foils.
Yes, and I have an affiliate link with Catherine Pooler now.
Here's another one. This is using the holographic silver foil in the background and hot foil in the front.
Nice.
Yes, it's the same happy birthday I used earlier. Yep. This is that holographic blue foil. It's also at the Not Too Shabby shop, and Tracy has a link for Not Too Shabby, and Tracy has a discount code for Not Too Shabby.
10% off.
It's this blue is called slippers, something slippers, glass slippers.
Yeah, glass slipper.
This is hot foiled. And that hot foil die I did pick up at the Not Too Shabby shop. And then here's another one. But I want to show you guys how to use the clear foil. It's clear hot foil. And here are some other hot foil samples I made. Now this one I just used the die and I cut it out, but I didn't foil it. I can always go back in and foil it now. This is the cut and foil Crafter's Companion Papillion butterfly, large butterfly die. Here is the Spellbinder's birthday present hot foil die, and Making Spirits Bright is from Spellbinders. So here is the Christmas bulb from Picket Fence Studios. So these will all go in my Christmas box for next year.
I made a mistake. I used Glimmer hot foil without turning it up to medium or hitting the 23 seconds. And look what happened.
It's underfoiled.
It is underfoiled. Look at that.
But that's how you learn. And you know what's great? Isn't that paper two-sided?
Yeah, I can go on that side.
There you go. Yep. And I do not recommend reusing that foil once it's been underfoiled like that. Just throw it out.
Yeah. Okay, this time we're going to go up to medium heat. We're going to go 23 seconds. That's how you remember. This machine is hot on my face. I'm going to stand up so I don't have to be sitting right in front of it. It gets hot. It's a hot foil machine, so of course it's going to get hot. But I mean, I'm surprised how hot it is.
Yes, you can combine your foiling with toner foiling and hot foiling. Here is a hot foil background die from Crafter's Companion. And here is me using the waist. So I have done videos showing this before. Here is their peony background. I can cut those down and make those in the card fronts now.
Oh, nice.
Apparently I did a lot of hot foiling and just kept these backgrounds and never did anything with them. And now I'm finding them all. Here's the Christmas one on silver card with red foil. Here's another one with the bauble.
Oh, that's nice.
Here's a Spellbinder's kind of snowflake star looking thing. Those were all printed. This is what happens when you use the wrong foil in your ink machine or you use the wrong paper. So this particular coated paper melted and it stuck to the foil. So if you use the wrong foil in your make machine or you use the wrong coated paper, this is called over foiling. This is now not any good.
Did I do that right?
All right, I'm going to grab some black cardstock. If it's underfoiled, it's not going to transfer well. So if it's underfoiled, what that means is, here, I'll show you. I will show you. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. I will show you the difference here because everybody likes to see the difference. Actually, this one's better.
Kim in Alaska says I'm having a hot flash.
Well, Kim, you just need to go outside, right? It's cold in Alaska. Okay, so let's pretend this is a black deco foil toner sheet, okay? And I would want to reuse the foils. If you guys watch my foiling videos, I always say reuse your foils, right? So this one, if I were to put this down on a black toner sheet, it would foil everything that's foiled, and what's white would become black. So this would be almost perfect to refoil, right? So I can reuse this sheet. And then I can go in and double foil it and put a different color in the center if I wanted to, or leave it black. But if I would, Tracy, they said, make sure you're putting the foil ugly side down.
I know this one's hard to tell, but I did it right, you guys.
Okay.
I did it right. This one looks so pretty on both sides. It's really pretty. Holographic. Oh my gosh. So pretty.
That looks nice. Wow.
Yeah.
They pop. That's
Yep.
pretty. I think it looks better on that side of the paper.
Yeah, I think you're right.
The other side with the pattern, see, it was meant to be messed up. There's too much pattern.
It was meant to be.
All right, so here, if I were transferring this onto a toner sheet, this one is definitely reusable. We want to keep this one. This one is underfoiled, so I can't do anything with this. So this now, unfortunately, becomes garbage. It's the same thing when you overfoil something because all of that foil has already stuck where we don't want it. So we lose the integrity of our design. So we're going to throw this one away. This doesn't really serve any purpose anymore. We're going to keep these and save these for another day when we want to reuse them, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So like this one, I would not use this one either. See, it's underfoiled there. But the two other ones that came out good, I will keep these and I will reuse them. Same thing with my butterfly, my dragonfly. These came out okay, but I can reuse these.
Great.
See?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I love all the questions. You guys are asking very relevant questions. Keep asking. And Tracy is a foiling machine over there. She's doing great.
Thank you.
She has not foiled a die yet. I'm waiting.
In other words, you're waiting for me to do it the wrong way. Okay.
Well, everybody does it. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Tracy Fear says you can use Ranger sticky embossing and do bits and bobs of gold in the background. You can, Tracy. It doesn't look the best. But yes, you could do that if you wanted distressed looked foil. All right, I'm going to start cutting some black cardstock. I've read all the comments. You guys are being awesome, as always. I love these people.
Yeah, you guys are.
Oh, Kim was saying using it for alcohol inks. Yes, you could keep your waste foil for alcohol inks. Yes, you could do that. What you would do then is just, so like I did the alcohol ink background. So right before your alcohol inks dry completely, yes, you could do that. So what happens is the blobs around the foil, as they layer, they thicken up. You can then take your waste foil before this is 100% dry and rub down, and then it will stick to those veins in the alcohol ink, and it looks really cool. Yes, but honestly, you end up keeping more than you need, so I just don't keep them. I have more than enough foil for everybody in the room right now. All 147 people. Yes, distressed. Yep. Yes, black. Right, Kim? You guys are the best group. I love you guys.
Yep, you're the best ever. Yeah, I am focused. I just don't want to, I don't want to get caught, like Nancy said, spoiling a die.
All right, this is the black paper that I like to use when I'm doing black hot foil, and this is black glossy card from the paper cut. Do not use this in your ink machine because it will overfoil, but it works great for hot foiling. So I'll cut a couple of sheets of this down. And I normally like to start with a 5.5 by 4.25 sheet, because if I don't line my die up in the center, I can always go back and trim this down to be card front size. Sometimes I would like to say, yeah, I'm going to die cut an oval and it's always going to be in the center of the oval. That doesn't happen. So it's easier to foil it and then worry about the die cutting later. All right. And then of course I have my Hamilco. I want to use this foil that Blue Bonnet sent me. And again, Blue Bonnet is an excellent company. I am going to go to medium heat here and warm this up. Blue Bonnet is an excellent company if you're looking to get hot foils. I don't have an affiliate link with them. I just like that they have a wide selection and great pricing on hot foil. And they call it foil quill foil. Now her toner foil is basically like deco foil, but her foil quill foil is her hot foil. And you can see this is a nice satin purple. We have this pink with the facets in it. We have silver, we have gold, red with facets, with glitter, with sequins, green. So you can see this woman is stocked on hot foil, and it's $5, and she ships everywhere. I do believe she also ships internationally, but she has sent me foils to try out, and she sent me these brand new clear foils. That's what I wanted to play with today. And I really didn't know how to use the best way to use these clear foils, but I think on black cardstock, we'll try it on black and we'll try it on Hamilco. Now, here's the hard part about these foils. Because they're clear, you really need to pay attention to which side needs to be foiled down, okay? So I would recommend just taking a little corner and a little marker and writing a letter that you know would not be backwards, okay? So like B, because if I flip that over, then I know that the B is going to be backwards. So I know that B, this is the top. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, so
Yeah.
I'm going to cut a piece of this. This one has stars in it. I really honestly have not had time to play with this, you guys. There have been a couple of suggestions on how to use it, but we're going to try it as it's meant to be used, which is through the hot foil system. Okay, so I'll put a piece over here. It does have a lot of static to it. I'll put a piece over here, piece over here. So we have two pieces cut. This is now on medium. I think actually high is going to work better on this because I was playing with a sheet the other day. We're going to go to high. Watermelon high. Okay. Black cardstock. I like the love die. Where's the love die? Let's try this. So, see how my plate is already bowing? You may not be able to see that. I'm going to try to stick to the top. Okay. So I know that this is the front. So I want to put this facing up. That's a little too big. Can I cut that down? Ooh, I can cut that down. And I'm going to try a piece of black glossy card here. And we're going to go high for 20 seconds. Cross your fingers.
Woohoo!
It's black glossy cardstock from the Paper Cut. I don't have a link for them. The Paper Cut, black glossy. This is 8.5 by 11, 25 sheets. At the time when I purchased it, it was $15. Who knows how many years ago that was? Wow, Tracy.
You like that? That's
Love
foil
that.
on foil card. Yeah. It's a little off centered. I will probably just trim it on this side, then I can center it on my card panel.
Yep,
I like how
that's what I was
that's
saying.
yeah. That silver that looks like shattered glass is so pretty.
Good night,
With these
Jan.
butterflies. Good night, Jan.
They want to know what the name of your foil is. What brand is it? What's the name of it?
Sure. I'm using this Glimmer Hot foil variety pack.
You can pick that up at Hobby Lobby. This is called Fuchsia Flower, Moon Dust, Speckled Aura, and Prism.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, this is really a nice card front. It's turning out really nice. I've got one.
Ooh,
two,
I got
three.
overfoiling.
I've got 4 really pretty friendship cards here that I can use.
So here's
Awesome.
the clear foil. I do have a little overfoiling on the bottom here, so I probably could have gotten away with medium instead of high heat. But you can see how it gives it a tone-on-tone effect, but that foil has a lot of sparkle in it. I'm going to change this to a background dye. I'm going to go to medium heat, and I want to see how this works with a full background dye. So the bigger your dye, the more heat it's going to need. This is bowed up so much that I can't even get my dye to lie flat. So I'm going to bring in my other platform. I'm going to take the hot platform and put it under my Gemini. So this is the one I had under the Gemini. It's flat again. I'm going to go to medium heat. Let that warm up on there. I need my B backwards so I can do my background here. And a piece of black card. And this is clear foil from Blue Bonnet, and I don't know what the name of it is. I just know it's clear hot foil. This one has stars in it. Let me see if I can put a piece of paper behind it so you can see it. She has a couple of them. I'm really trying to find a good use for it. Okay, so can you see the holographic stars in it? So it's clear with holographic stars.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one has clear holographic sequins in it. And you have to go to Blue Bonnet on Facebook and you have to message her with what foils you're interested in. She has an album with all her different foils. Foil quill foils, what you want for hot foiling. And you have to message her with what you want. She'll cut off some foil and send you some rolls. This one is sequins.
Oh, I like that.
So I'm going to try doing a whole background with those. All right, Candace, what are you asking about Crafty Critta? Crafty Critta has toner foils. Toner foils from Crafty Critta, they come from Australia. They have toner foils for your Mink machine, for your laminator. They also have foil art designs. That is a different foiling system. That's a different foil, Candace. Yes, they have clear toner foil. Yep. Okay, so we're going to go to medium, 23 seconds, and see how this foils. Yes, I've brought in my second plate. I'm putting, when they start to bow is when I start to switch the plates out. So now my other plate is underneath my Gemini Junior. It is warm. It is cooling down and flattening out. This is the first plate I was using earlier. I have brought this plate back in.
So far I haven't tried the foil on a jelly plate background, but it would be probably similar to this watercolor background. So we'll give that a try.
Yep. So yes, Kay, I did do the hinge method. Yep. I did the hinge method earlier. You missed it. Showing the tape on how to do that. And you can watch Yana Smokula at Spellbinders. She does a very good job with the hinge method. And it's just using tape to keep it down. Kay, I think I saw you on that live with the other company that was doing foiling, and I was waiting for you to say you can learn foiling from FSC.
Here's another shiny one, everybody.
Oh, wow. You are getting the hang of this. Loving it. Look at you go.
I can make some birthday cards while I'm at it.
Yes.
It's a really great product. I would highly recommend it. Just follow Nancy's instructions and you will be fine. Nothing to be afraid of. If you've had one for a while, get it out of the closet and try it tonight or try it tomorrow.
Yeah, you guys spent all this money on all these crafting supplies. Let me show you how to use it. Let me be your tutor. There was another company, Kay, that was promoting their magic foil sheets.
What's the matter, Chow? Let me see. Hope you're okay, Chow.
She's pregnant. She's not feeling so good.
All right, let's try this beautiful blue teal foil. This is the Glimmer foil. I have it on medium heat for 23 seconds. I'm going to try it on this watercolor paper. This is just, look, it's just a piece of paper that I ink smushed. I even have a stamp on the back of it that I didn't use.
Now, that's thicker cardstock, right? Because it's watercolor.
Yes.
So I would go either higher heat or longer timing on that because that paper is so porous. It's harder for the foil to stick to that. So I would say maybe go to high, maybe go a little longer on that to see how it would work. Yep.
Okay, I will. That reminds me of like a jelly plate. If you're going to be doing some ink on your jelly plate, you could then bring it over and hot fold, but it has to be dry. Everything has to be very dry.
Correct. I'm going to also foil this on white card and see how it does.
You guys don't want to get me started on jelly plates. I will jelly plate for days. I've got these gigantic stencils that fit. It's an 8.5 by 11 jelly plate. And I have these full-size stencils. So
oh my gosh.
Get that out. Okay,
look at this background.
That's so beautiful. Wow.
So this is a crafter's companion background. I don't know what the name of it is.
So
I'll have to
pretty.
look it up. But this clear foil on here, it's tone on tone, but all you see are these sparkly stars. They're holographic.
Very pretty.
That's gorgeous. And then I can like die cut my happy birthday and put it on there.
Exactly.
Ooh, let's see how that looks on white. By the way, you don't just have to use black or white. This will work on any color paper as Tracy's showing you guys. And again, that is, and you can reuse this foil. See, I marked my little letter there, so I know that this is the Bexad.
Good idea. It's clear.
Yep. You can reuse this then on Deco Foil toner sheets. Toner sheets are just the easiest way to go. Okay, so now I'm going to do it on white card. Yeah, you can do it on blue, red, purple, polka dot, whatever paper you have. Just remember the thickness of the paper and the porousness of the paper is going to matter. The more porous the paper is, the higher the heat needs to be, or the longer you need to put it on the timer. The smoother the paper, the less time you need. Hey, Jen, we missed you. We're having so much fun foiling, we couldn't leave. Stacy said she has that background and it's her favorite. Of course it is. I don't know what the names of the clear foils are, Susan. You have to go over to Blue Bonnet. Here it is on Facebook. They don't have a shop. Blue Bonnet on Facebook. And she has albums with her different foils. And you want to make sure you look up foil quill foil. Okay. If you want regular foil, you want to buy from H&H or Crafty Critter if you're in Australia. But if you want hot foil, you can buy this hot foil from Blue Bonnet. She has them by like numbers. Yeah. She doesn't have them by names. She'll say like, this is foil S23 or something. And then you tell her, look, I want these 5 foils. How much is it going to be to ship to me in Colorado or wherever you're at? Oh my God, I was just thinking wedding cards, you guys. Oh, I got an idea. We're going to go with it. Hold, please. I need some more Hamilco.
So this is watercolor paper, you guys. It's not a real thick watercolor paper. It's not my thickest that I have. But it is definitely a watercolored panel. And that turned out beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous.
So did you go longer time
Yes.
or more heat?
I went up to high heat for 30 seconds.
Good.
And it came out
beautifully.
Yeah.
So make sure you write that down in your book. You have a book that came with the Gemini.
Yeah.
In the back of the book, there are a couple pages that are blank for notes. So write down, other than Gemini foil, on watercolor paper, high for 30 seconds.
There you go. You guys have all your gel press backgrounds, your watercolor backgrounds. There's no reason why you can't be using those, making beautiful cards. Oh my gosh, I love that. I'm just like staring at it. It's so pretty.
Yes. Yay, Berna's getting her foil press out. Get it,
right.
Berna.
All right,
Yay.
you go, girl. That's awesome.
Yeah, so the advantage to using hot foil over mink foil is you can use almost any dye that you have, really. But you can foil on pretty much anything because this hot foil has an adhesive built into it. So it will stick everywhere. And I'm just marking my little tops of my pages here. So the advantage to hot foil is you can use hot foil on any paper. You can use it on fabric. You can use it on canvas. You can use it on cork. That's the advantage of hot foil because this has an adhesive built in that it just makes it more fun to experiment with what can you foil it on. The downside is it's not cheap, you guys. The foil is not cheap. The hot foil stamps are not cheap. The dye, hot foil dyes are not cheap. The machine, the system itself is not cheap. So you're really investing a lot more time and money into this system than you would, say, a mink machine. Yes. All right. So I have this crazy idea, but I think it's going to look good.
We have a question, a very good question.
Go ahead.
Annie said, why does my foiling always overfoil? I have my regular Gemini. There's extra foil on my cardstock. What can I do?
Okay, so number one would be look at the foil you're using. If you are using the Gemini machine, you have a couple of issues. Number one, look at the paper you're foiling. Look at the
type of
foil you're using. Gemini paper foil is always low. I would say 15, 20, maybe 30 seconds. Like a die this big, you should be doing it a little bit longer for Gemini foil. The other issue you have is, unfortunately, the full-size Gemini The full-size Gemini has way more pressure than the Gemini Junior. So a lot have people, I belong to a lot of forums, a lot of people have problems with that particular machine just overfoiling in general, just because of how much pressure it gives. So I would try to go to a thinner paper. I would cut my timer down and maybe cut my temperature down. Do not use any kind of additional shims. That's how I would try to fix that.
Going in with another piece of watercolor paper for the win. I'm so excited. Getting my birthday cards done for the January birthdays. You're welcome, Annie.
Yeah, Annie, if you're not a member of our Foiling Snobs Club group, we are on Facebook. Please join us. We have people from all over the world that are in our group. We do hot foiling, mink foiling, Gemini foiling, Spellbinders foiling. We do card making. We do stamping. We do everything fun under the sun. And we'll definitely help you out with any issues you're having as best we can. Yeah, and Elizabeth makes a good point. Cut your foil down to be a little smaller than, closer to the size of your die. All right, so here's the clear foil. This is the clear, I call it sequin foil from Bluebonnet. It is hot foil. And I marked a B on it so that I would know that this is the top of my paper. But I made a B because if I turn the B over, I know it's backwards, right? So I'm going to reveal this. Oh my gosh. And immediately I thought wedding card because it's so tone on tone beautiful. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to add to this. Remember that love die that we used earlier from Spellbinders? Well, here I have some pretty sparkly red foil from Bluebonnet as well. And I'm going to place that down and see if I can double foil this, hopefully. It's curling up because it's touching the heat and it wants to stick. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit of tape on this because I really don't want this to move. And now I'm going to flip this whole thing over. Now, see how I have these flyaway pieces? You really should kind of cut those down because what's happening is they're going to stick to the cardstock and you're going to give me overfoiling. So I don't want to have to deal with that. On hot foil, you have to be very conscious of that because, again, this foil has adhesive built into it. So if you're not conscious of that, you're going to have this foil literally stick to everything. Okay. See if that works.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I used purple tape, Barbara. Thank you. Yep. All right. Annie's going to join our group.
Yay.
Cheryl, those butterflies that Tracy's using came from Spellbinders.
Yeah, they're Spellbinders.
Gloria!
Hello, Gloria.
Hi, Gloria. How are you doing? We got the whole gang on here.
Yep.
150 people watching. Whoa. Hey, at least we don't have all the troll patrol that we had with Ryan's channel the other night. Oh my gosh.
Come on, Brian. Get it under control, buddy.
Troll
Get
patrol.
those trolls off your channel. My goodness. That was crazy.
It's out of control. All right, this is underfoiled, so I'm going to tape this. Oh, I hope I didn't move it too much. I'm going to tape that back down and try to run it through. Now, I may have moved that. That would really suck if I moved that.
Oh.
I'm going to try heating that up again.
Hope you didn't.
Yeah, right, Tracy had a new phone, so we had some technical errors with her new phone. We tried.
Sorry, guys. I just got a new phone today, but the camera does a better job.
Sure does. It's super clear. Your colors are great. You don't look washed out.
Nancy, this die is a Gemini die, so I need to turn the heat down. Right now I have it on high heat.
It depends on your foil, not the die.
Oh, that's
So it
right. This is
depends on the
Glimmer Hot
foil.
foil. I'm going
Okay,
down to
you're just gonna
medium.
keep use it depend your heat. That's a great question, Tracy.
Yeah.
So your heat and your timing depend on the foil.
Okay. Depends on the foil, not so much the dye.
Correct. It's the foil that has the glue, and that's what determines how it sticks.
Okay. So I am going to turn this down a little bit to medium.
I hope that my die did not move when I went through my second pass here. Let me do a little quick sneaky peeky here. Oh, it did move a little bit. And I still have underfoiling, but at this point, I'm not going to run it through a third time. Here's what I was trying to accomplish. So I just need to turn that up and do it again. But you can see how I did the background and then tried to foil love over top of it. I just need to practice with getting that foil. And somebody brought this up earlier. This foil has a design to it. It has embeds in it. It's kind of a glitter foil. Those foils do tend to take a little longer to adhere than plain solid color foils. I don't know why. I think it has something to do with the embeds. You can foil regular dies. Actually, what ends up happening, I'll use this as an example to show you. What ends up happening when you foil with regular dies is you just get an outline. And the only good thing about that is you can use your regular dies, but you do not want to cut, because if you cut, you're just going to cut you're going to cut the die out. So let me show you an example here.
All right, Dawn. Dawn James said, after being on the FSC videos, I've bought from Nancy's Amazon store, Brother Laser Printer, the airbrush machine, Mink Transfer Sleeves, Hamilco Black and Blue Night magnetic handle plus 5 metal plates.
And Dawn, happy people maker. All right, so let me show you these dies. I'm going to show you, I have some couple different companies of dies here. So you have the cutting side of the die, right? So you could foil with the cutting side. That's just going to leave a very thin line. But if your dies are flat like this one is, you can use the back side. Now this one is imprinted with Sizzix logo. I don't really want that. I want one as flat as I can get it. So let me find another one that maybe doesn't have that. Okay, so here's one. Here's this. I don't know what brand this is. Some off brand. So I have the cutting side on the front here and then the flat side. I'm going to foil with the flat side. So how I do that is, and I'm just going to reuse this just for the sake of using it because it's wasted anyway. That. Put a little piece of tape on there. Flip the whole thing over. Now this is going to underfoil because it's not hot enough. I can feel that it's not hot enough. But I'll give you an idea on what it looks like when you foil the back side or the front side of your cutting dies.
I've got a pretty butterfly here, Nancy. See it?
Love it. Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's a little underfoiled here, but I'm still going to use it. It's okay with me.
Dawn, that's a great idea. Yes, I always keep my used gift cards. Here's a Cabela's one. And you use these to smear paste through your stencils. And also I use it when I'm re-inking my ink pads to push down that ink. So I literally have a drawer full of hotel cards, old gift cards, everything that, I don't throw it away. I use it.
I do too. I'm the same way. They're fantastic for glitter pastes, Gina K pastes, you name it.
Yep. Decofoil Duo Gel.
Absolutely. All right, let's see what else I have in my stash here of dies. See what else we can find. What other lovely things? Nancy gave me a lot of these dies. She went to Hobby Lobby one day and they were on sale, and Chow sent me some, and Stacy too. So
That's all Bernie's fault, because Bernie told us they had the Gemini on sale for $50 and they had everything else on sale too.
yes. I got a lot of Christmas ones, so I do have those. They're great.
All right, now you do have to be careful when you're using your own dies, because what you don't want to do is have too thick of a sandwich where it will cut through your plate. So just be careful of that. Now that did not heat enough to cut through there. Let me show a different one. I mean, to foil through there. It just gives you a faint outline. That's all. It's nothing fancy. It's just a faint outline. Let me, another piece of foil. Where's the other foil? Let's use this foil.
Just quiet because I'm concentrating.
Yep. Okay.
Now I've got some mixed dies on here. I've got Spellbinders and, oh boy, what is this
Now
other
be
company?
careful with that, because what's going to happen is if they are different manufacturers. Now, Spellbinders owns, I need to get that mask. Spellbinders owns Jane Davenport's design. So
Okay.
those should be the same. But if they're different thicknesses, you may have to do one and then do the other.
They are different thicknesses. The Masquerade mask is really thicker than the Happy Birthday.
So then I would just do one at a time, because if you try to do both, one of them's going to underfoil, one's going to overfoil.
Okay.
Melody, I've not foiled on Yupo because, or maybe I have. I think I have. What ends up happening is the Yupo tries to curl up because of the heat.
I've got that dark color cardstock. I'm going to try that.
I love that mask. I need to get that Masquerade mask.
Yeah, that's Jane Davenport. I really like it. Yeah.
All right, let's see if my die foiled this time. I turned it up to high and I did 20 seconds because this is Cricut foil. All right, there you can see it foiled. So you just get a thin outline. So if you use your regular cutting dies, that's what you're going to get. It'll just foil that. Now, what you cannot do, and a lot of people get confused by this, is you cannot go, oh, I want to cut that out now. Because as soon as you line your die up with that to cut it out, you know what it's going to do? It's going to cut on the foiled line and you're going to cut out all of your foiling. So if you want to use your die cuts for foiling, your dies for foiling, that's perfectly fine. But don't think you can go back and cut them out, because that's totally going to defeat the purpose. It's not going to work. Did you use the Go Press and Foil machine? Hi, Gila. So yes, I did. I actually gave my machine to one of our winners, and they ended up donating the machine to Tracy, and Tracy started using that machine. And then for Christmas, Santa Claus sent her the foil press machine. So if you are using the Go Press and Foil machine, I would recommend watching my Spellbinder's Glimmer machine videos, because they're very similar. They're cousins, very close cousins. Yep. I do have some older videos with the Go Press and Foil machine. The Go Press and Foil machine, I think, is the original hot foil machine.
And I can tell you that I had to really fiddle with it a lot. Lots of shims and
lots of shims. Yep. You had to think. You had to think when using that one.
This one is amazingly simple. Wow.
Think about using the Go Press and Foil machine like driving. Like you have to learn how to shift when you're driving a manual transmission, first gear, second gear, push the clutch in, push the gas. Does the car move? Yes, the car moves. Can you foil with it? Yes, you can foil with it. Now think about driving automatic transmission. You put it in drive and you go. It's so much easier. Do they both serve the same purpose? They sure do. You just have to learn how to use it. It doesn't take very long. Once you learn the foil combinations and the shim combinations with certain dies and you write and take notes, you can make it work. A lot of people just don't want to take the time to make it work. But if you don't have a Gemini Junior machine, that's the machine you need to buy, or the Spellbinders machine.
Right, because the Gemini Junior only works with the Gemini machine.
Right, the foil press. Yep.
Gemini FoilPress only works with the Gemini Junior.
Yep.
When I used the other machine, I was putting it through my Big Shot. I have this on medium heat, and I was using Glimmer Hot foil. I don't know if it's going to be hot enough.
Well, you've been playing with it for quite a while, so yours is probably nice and toasty.
Yeah,
Also,
it is.
if you have a problem with it being under foiling, sometimes the more you use it, the hotter it gets, the better it gets. How to put a foil border on a shape that you would like to use for sentiment. Still wondering how to put a foil border on shapes that you would like to use for sentiments. I'm trying to understand what you mean by that, Tracy. I was a festival years ago. My mini make ago it happened. Cynthia, what are you waiting for? Cynthia says, I got my Go Press and Foil years ago, never used it. Got the mini mink years ago, haven't taken it out of the box.
Oh my.
Cynthia, your 2021 resolution needs to be, you need to use your foiling machines.
Absolutely.
Crafted K said, Noelle put her Glimmer on permanent time out.
Oh, poor
Gila
machine.
doesn't own the Gemini Junior. So then Gila, yeah, you want to stay with your Go Press and Foil. Just watch some videos on it. Yes.
I think we got a winner. Ready?
Yep. Let's see it. Bow chicka bow wow.
Ah!
Is it under foil?
Oh my God. It's
I
so
can't
pretty.
see. Hold it up. Hold it
sorry.
up.
Here.
Oh, it's all the sparkle. I thought it was under foil. Wow. That is gorgeous.
I love that mask. And it has a die that you can use to cut it out then, you guys.
Putting it on my birthday list. If anybody's
You can
listening.
cut it out. But it looks pretty just like that. You don't necessarily have to cut it out. Now I put the sentiment underneath here, but I'd foil that separately. Let's give it a try.
All you can do is just practice, practice, practice. Okay, so Tracy had a question about using borders. So I'm grabbing my borders.
Okay, I'm not very familiar with those. Oh, I keep dropping my die. I'll get it. My goodness, I really knocked it over down on the floor. Far away.
You need an assistant like I have, although I think my assistant ran away from me.
Thank goodness for these magnetic tweezers.
Right? Okay, so there are different types of foiling borders you can buy. I only have some of them out here.
Jeez.
So I'm going to try to show you how to foil all of these. So these gold ones are from Spellbinders. This one came in a 3-pack that I believe said, thank you, happy birthday. I forget what the other one said. It has its die cut tape still stuck on it. The mask is from Spellbinders.
Jane Davenport.
Jane Davenport from Spellbinders. Yep. They said, oh my God, Tracy, that makes me want a hot foil machine. Get it, Dawn.
Yes, get it out. Use it.
So I have all of these different kind of where you can, Tracy's asking like how you can put your sentiments. I think that's what Tracy's question is. How to put your sentiments. So what I would do is either foil my sentiment first or foil my sentiment afterwards. But these are some border dies. I'm just going to do these all at once. So this one says, thank you, thank you, thank you. This one is a row of dots. There's all different kinds that you can purchase. This one has little dots in it, like you can frame it and then you can use your square die cuts to cut it out. And I'm going to break my own rule here and I'm going to throw on a Crafter's Companion one. So they're all in the same sheet. And I'm going to use the Gemini paper craft foil.
I'm just eyeballing this up, trying to figure out where to line up my happy birthday so that it falls under the mask. Do I need to cover the mask with anything when I go to foil this happy birthday?
Nope.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go with regular silver foil. Where did I put it? Here it is.
All right, I don't really know how this foiled, but I wanted to give you different border ideas here. That didn't even foil. Oh, that's because that's the other one. So the Spellbinders dies are definitely thicker than the Crafter's Companion ones.
Mm-hmm.
But this shows you why, number one, you don't foil different companies because you can see how this one didn't foil at all. But
Right.
These are the Spellbinders ones, and you can see the border ones. There's all different designs. They have these circle ones. They have squares. They have different styles of borders, different words. So a lot of things. Let me take these off and just do the Crafter's Companion one so you guys can see what that one actually foils like without all the other ones in the way. I'm just going to use that same piece of foil. Never mind that it's already been foiled. I just want to show you what it looks like where it does foil. I'm going to use the back side of the paper. Happy birthday, hello, and thank you are the 3-word dies. Okay, let's try this. Debadoo, you got hacked. You don't normally get hacked by PayPal. What you actually get hacked by is the companies that take your order. It's not PayPal that gets hacked. It's the company that takes your orders that normally get hacked. That's what you have to be careful for.
Thank you very much, Dawn. That's so generous of you. Thank you.
What? Thank you. All right. That did a little bit better job at foiling the frame. This is a foiling frame tag thing. It's another one that's a cut and foil one. Let's actually try to do that. Let's play with it that way. I'm just going to keep reusing that same piece of foil. guys, always taking care of us. And where's my metal shim? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great questions, you guys. Keep them coming. No problem, Tracy. Yeah, you just kind of have to find the different companies that make them. So I know Spellbinders does. I know Crafter's Companion does. You just kind of have to look around for them. Oh. Okay. I was like, do I have my metal down there?
Sorry. I definitely want to get another happy birthday die because this one is 2 separate words. And I had a hard time making them straight. I was trying to keep them on the grid lines, but I didn't do such a great job. But it's still really cute. It's a little underfoiled. I had it on low.
So the bigger the die, yeah, the bigger the die, the more you have to put into it.
Yeah,
now,
it's just these little words that I'm talking about.
This one needs a shim. So this is a cut and foil die, but it didn't foil where I needed it to foil. So this one I'm going to need to remember to shim it when I use it. But you get the idea. If I wanted a sentiment in here, I could put a sentiment in, and then I could go through and foil it and cut it out. So there are dies like that will do that.
Thank you, Jerry. Thanks so much. I'm going to do one more butterfly on a piece of pattern paper. Big butterfly. Biggie.
This one I think came from Scrapbooking Made Simple. Let's see, where's the blue backgrounds I made? I need some of your watercolor paper.
Pam, several of my backgrounds are watercolor paper. I'm also using pattern paper that looks kind of like watercolor paper. So I have some pattern papers here as well. But yes, I did have several watercolor panels that I've been working on, and I needed to match them up with something. So yeah, I have a lot of those. And earlier, Nancy did some alcohol ink backgrounds.
Yeah, the foil likes to stick to them, but I still think they're cool looking. So I'm going to bring in a little edge piece here. And I have a little seahorse die. I believe this is a Scrapbooking Made Simple seahorse die. Scrapbooking Made Simple, you guys, is a very small company. So just keep that in mind. Their shipping does take a very long time, even without UPS problems or USPS problems.
Right.
But they do have a variety of hot foil dies. Tracy, just would like you to know that we've been on for 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, these guys are probably getting tired of us.
Welcome to Saturday night.
Doug went to bed already. I'm like, yeah, your present to me is getting a workout tonight.
Good husband. Any husband that supports his crafty wife is a keeper.
That's right.
Any question that the 6 inches is, if no, I'm wondering if a metal 6-inch ruler will line up the dies. I don't know if a T-square works to match. There are actually grid lines on the actual thing. I'll show them to you. Hold on. Oh, forgot to hit start. I keep trying to put my tweezers in with the rest of my tweezers, and then I realize it doesn't go there. It goes with your foiling. And as with my other rule, I keep my foils in their original containers. I keep my hot foils separate from my regular foils. I keep all of my tools together.
I do the same thing. I have a box for everything. It's all hot foil stuff only. Okay, so we've got our butterfly. I'm going to trim down this pattern paper, this real pretty peach peonies. I'm going to put the butterfly on that.
So here is my alcohol panel, and I hot foiled a seahorse on there.
Ooh, that's
It's
really
not
nice.
Sebastian, but it's still very pretty.
I like it.
Let me show you guys this plate. See, now I got some paper and stuff like that on there. Just kind of clean it off. Platform has grid lines on it. That's what I meant to say. So if you wanted to line it up, there are ruler hash marks. Come on, focus camera.
Yes, they're very helpful.
Focus. All right, see, so there are grid lines to help you measure and line it up. And there are hash marks down here. Across the bottom, along all of the edges are these ruler measurements. So you know when you are putting your die down, if you kind of eyeball it and say, okay, that's in the center. I know that it's the first line down, so that when I put my cardstock down, I want my cardstock centered and that first line down. So you could do it straight if you pay attention to the grid lines. But that's where I like to use mint tape or purple tape or post-it tape to kind of help line everything up. You can do the method which we talked about earlier, which is the hinge method, which is you decide where you want it on your sheet, put your foil down, put your put your die down, and then use your post-it tape to hold it down. And then what you can actually do is lift it to check where it's supposed to be. So let me turn this back on. Let's go back to hello. I will show you what I mean.
Got our pretty peach butterfly. Good night, Candace. Thank you for hanging in there with us.
Ooh.
So you can use
I
pattern
love that
papers.
butterfly. Yes.
You can use your pattern papers with foil butterflies. Not a problem.
Night, Candace. So let's say I'm going to eventually alcohol ink this background. And I want my seahorse to be pretty much centered. Then I can take a piece of purple tape and purple tape my die, my foil, and my paper all together. And then what this will allow me to do, the hinge method, is once this goes through, if I'm not sure if it's foiled enough, because this is the foil I actually need to go to hot foil with, hot temperature with, is I can actually lift this and lift the foil and take a look at it and see if it's where I want it before I remove it.
I'm going to have to practice that method.
It does take practice, and honestly, I just wing it. That's what the back side of the paper is for. If you mess it up, you just flip it over. So I'm going to let that cook up onto high, and then we'll do 23 seconds on high with that guy. And then I can go back and alcohol ink over it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Gila, thank you. PayPal's better. Yay.
Hi, Gila.
Thank you, Gila. Yeah, if you guys go through PayPal, it is better because it doesn't charge you or us a fee. Well, it might charge you a fee if you use your credit card, but it doesn't charge us a fee like YouTube does. Thank you. T Money says it's 2:30 in the afternoon Sunday here in Australia. Oh, tomorrow is Sunday, isn't it? Oh, I need to leave that plug.
That's cool.
I don't want it to be Sunday. That means I gotta go to work on Monday, you guys.
Yeah, Monday's gonna be a bummer.
Is Leah still down here? Leah! So, you guys, I may have found a puppy at the local rescue. It's not a puppy. It's a 4-year-old Maltese female, and the adoption includes spaying of the dog, all of her shots, cleaning her ears, clipping her nails, chipping her. So I'm going to go try
Yay.
and see the dog on Monday for Leah's birthday.
Fingers crossed, everybody.
Here she comes. Hi. What do you want? Oh, I just didn't know where you were. You can go back upstairs. Bye. Why don't you go take a shower? We'll make mug cake later. You want mug cake? How good was your pork chop? Good. It was good, wasn't it? You liked it, huh? You're hungry. Go eat the rest of your pork chop. All right, we're almost done here.
Yep, we're wrapping it up here.
I know it's been 3 hours. You don't have to tell me. Ooh, this looks pretty good. Okay.
Forgot to trim my paper. Whoops.
So I was able to kind of upside down sneak peek, pull this up, pull that up, and there is my seahorse. I don't know what these extra bits of paper are, but now I have tape everywhere. Where's my magic eraser? Here we go. No, her birthday's on the 21st. Yeah, her birthday's the 21st. Chow's is the 24th. Mine's the 26th. But I've been looking for a few months now, and I really don't want a puppy because I don't have the time to potty train it. And, you know, when my mom was here, she had her dog here, and Leah got a little attached to that dog. So we need a hypoallergenic dog because of our allergies. So, Maltese is perfect, and I'm hoping it's there. I tried to make an appointment to go see it. All right, so now let me say I want to alcohol ink this. What? Where's my alcohol inks?
All right, I'm seeing improvement in my method, okay? So this is my first thanks. I had a little bit of, I accidentally shifted my plate a little bit, so it kind of foiled wrong. And here's my second, like here I am 3 hours later. Look how I did it. I didn't have any problems with that. See that, Nancy?
Beautiful. That's that new Stampin' Up paper.
Isn't that awesome? It's like a brick or tile like background. It's very masculine. Perfect for a guy.
I'm pretty sure I enabled you to get that.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that I've shown improvement from when I started to now.
I've never used Hamilco paper with alcohol inks, but I'm starting to see that this was probably not a good idea.
Uh-oh.
This paper is not heavy enough for alcohol inks. This is, yeah. Let me try to make a real quick mess out of this. Hamilco foiling, not so much for alcohol inks. Use something else. Maybe it'll dry and it'll be okay.
Here we got thanks. And now we're going to do thanks on this paper. Silver sparkle.
Speaking of alcohol inks, where's Ryan at?
I don't know if we still have Ryan with us. I do not know.
He's like on a video making thing.
Quest. He's on a video making overboard. He's doing a lot of videos.
He's going to do all his videos so that he can rest for the rest of the month.
Right.
I told him he has to make me and Leah's birthday cakes and deliver them.
He said, I just woke up, he said. He was napping.
Quiet.
Don't you like watching us foil for 3 hours,
I mean,
Ryan?
I was gonna say we have been on here for 3 hours.
This riveting, entertainment for you.
Ryan doesn't do foiling. All right, you guys get the idea here. I really don't want to oversaturate this paper because it's going to fall apart. It's Hamilco paper, not for alcohol inks, okay? Not everybody knows. There,
Good
you
to
can
know.
see my beautiful seahorse in the water background. If you leave the hot foil dye on top, will it still foil? Me or Tracy? Sorry, Connie, I missed it.
What'd she say? On top. I just kind of had it on there warming up, because I knew I was going to go back in with the same setup. Thanks across the bottom.
I gotta say, these Marabou inks are very bright, but they stink. They stink.
Okay, let's see if it worked. I left the dye in while I was cutting my paper. I just kind of let it lay there where it was. I think it'll be okay. Yep. There you go. Another thank you card. Done.
Dunzo.
All I got to do is put it onto a card base. This is a beautiful pattern paper. Does all the work for me.
Okay. Done with my alcohol ink experiment.
I could put a butterfly up there too. You know that? Yes, I could. Why
You can
not?
always keep adding and keep layering. Yep.
Yeah, why not? Butterfly. These butterflies are so cute. Perfect for cards.
So this is what I was talking about before your alcohol inks completely set and dry. Right before they do, they're still slightly tacky where you can put your foil on there and then the foil will stick to those tacky areas and give you this kind of outline. Now this obviously is clear foil, so you're not going to see a lot of it. You're just going to see a light highlight of it. But let me show it to you. Plus this is the wrong paper, but it still worked. All right, so when I tilt it, can you see the little lines? That's clear foil stuck in there.
Sherry, I have actually used the heavier accent opaque for my alcohol marker coloring. The 80-pound bleeds a little bit, so I go up to 100 or 110 just so that it prevents bleeding. Actually, she was asking you, Nancy, but I saw that and I thought, I've done that before.
Yes, good answer. Yes. Good answer.
You're welcome. All right, let's add some butterflies. Oh, that piece of foil is going to be perfect. Yay. It's already cut and ready to go. Pretty side down. Put my paper here for my card.
Tracy, I'm so proud of you how quickly you picked all of this up.
Well, I have the best teacher in the world. What are you talking about? Thank you for helping me, Nancy.
No problem. I wish we could have got it working on your page, but that's okay. We'll do more videos on your page.
Yeah, I'm sure it's because I have a new iPhone. It just doesn't want to connect or something. I don't know what's going on. I'll get it figured out. I'll update all my apps. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I have so many wonderful card bases I can finish. It's fantastic. Are we cleaning up?
Kim said my background looks like blue monster.
Okay.
My seahorse. I was trying to make it a seahorse underwater, Kim.
Yeah. Okay, see if that worked.
They said you did a wonderful job on them. Tracy, you will have to give us a summary view of all of the ones that you have made.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Hi, Delina, welcome.
So excited. That looks good. Okay.
Make sure you tell them what papers and what foils and what dyes you used, and I'll help you out if you forget who made what. Okay.
So this one is made with paper from Stampin' Up. And
which you can get from me, by the way.
Absolutely. Yes. And they're Spellbinders Glimmer dies, the thanks and the butterflies. And the foil is from this set from the Glimmer foil. So it's that pretty sparkly silver. That's where that came from. So I made a couple that said thanks. This one has the gold foil. So does this one. And okay. Then I have a pretty butterfly with some gold foil on some pattern paper. And then I have my own watercolor paper that's just a regular watercolor paper. It's a thinner watercolor paper. It's not real thick.
I love that one.
Thank you. And that die is from Jane Davenport. And the happy birthday sentiment is from Spellbinders. I have a purple butterfly. This is Himilco watercolored paper. So it's kind of a semi-gloss with pink foil. Here's another watercolor background that I created. And then I foiled it with the teal. And all of those are Spellbinders. Same thing here. This is a thicker watercolor and it's got the teal. This is one of my favorites right here, of course, because it's got purple in it, pink.
Mm-hmm.
This is blue card foil with silver glimmer hot foil on top with our butterflies. We see these butterflies again here. These are Spellbinders. Hello, dear friend. This one I really like too. This is probably my second favorite. This is Stampin' Up paper.
That one's very springy, very vibrant.
Yep. Now this one I messed up the back, so I flipped it over and I did it on the front.
Yep. That's what you gotta do.
Yep. Good, good, good. We've got another gold one here on Stampin' Up paper. That turned out really nice. And then this one is silver on sort of a lighter colored paper. So it's really pretty too. You have to turn it kind of side to side to get the full effect. We've got some hot pink foil card that I foiled with the silver shattered glass. That's so pretty. And then that Hello Friend stamp actually cuts out. So this is a Himilco paper that I watercolored on, and you can see this is hello cut out. And this is just hello dear friend that I can use as a sentiment. Getting down to the bottom here, this one says happy birthday, hugs and wishes. I could put a butterfly down here. This is just the same sentiment, happy birthday, hugs and wishes. This one has the teal foil. This one has the silver. I guess it's more like a confetti foil. It's got little dots in it. Oh, this was one that I messed up. So, hey, you've got to show your mistakes too, right?
That's right. That's how you learn.
Here we've got a Stampin' Up paper and gold foil from Gemini. And then we have a gold butterfly on Stampin' Up paper. This one's really springy looking too. So I like this one too. So I'm excited. That's a lot. I got a lot done. Go ahead, Nancy.
Done. Beautifully done. So I think what was nice is Tracy showed all the different papers that you can use. So again, that's the advantage to hot foil is hot foil has an adhesive built into it. So you can use hot foil on your backgrounds you made. Oh, I just found all of my marbling backgrounds that we
Okay.
made. So
Okay.
like all of these marble backgrounds, I can now hot foil. But that the foil is got adhesive built into it. So just remember that. So you do not want to use it in your Mink machine because it's going to stick to everything that gets hot. You want to use it, you know, your hot foil dies are special. Your paper is going to also be special. The smoother the paper, the faster it's going to stick. But I wanted to show you guys some of the examples. I was just pulling out all the ones that I had previously hot foiled, and now I'm kicking myself for not making Christmas cards because apparently I made all of these hot foil backgrounds and did not make Christmas cards this year. Maybe I'll mail out late Christmas cards, or you know, now I have a jump start on next year.
That's right.
But let me show you guys what we have made here. Everything else I have is toner foil. Okay, so these are all hot foil background dies. You can pick these up at Craft Stash, craftbook.com, Spellbinders, HSN. The foils that I wanted to show you guys is, again, you can use all kinds of different foils. You can use hot foils from Cricut. The new foil transfer sheets from Cricut are actually hot foils, although they're very expensive, so I don't recommend purchasing them. The foil quill foils in the sheets or the rolls, Spellbinder's Glimmer foils, the We Are Memory Keeper is foil quill, the Go Press and foil, Spellbinder's Glimmer, Toto foil, and of course Gemini Go Press and foil. So these are the background hot foil dies. These are hot foil stamps. They're specifically for hot foiling. So these are some of the ones that I made earlier in the year, and I just never put them down on card front. So I do apologize because nobody got Christmas cards from me this year. Maybe 5 people, and they're all on the design team of FSC. So next year, yeah. So here's what happens if you try to use Mink foil or deco foil in your hot foil system. It doesn't work because there's no adhesive on deco foil or Mink foil or toner foil. So it needs to be hot foil. Otherwise you just get a nice imprint. Can you guys see the imprint? It says happy birthday, but it doesn't come with any foiling. So you do have to use specific hot foil. Here's one that would have been great for New Year's to celebrate. And then here are some happy birthday ones I did that I can now die cut and glue these onto some of the backgrounds that I've made. This is using an actual die. Somebody asked about die cutting. This was using the back of the die because it says Sizzix right there. So I can cover that up, but I have this cool, the back of the die that I actually foiled. Here's the love one I did with clear foil. And again, I can cut that out and use it. Here's the clear foil again, and you can see all of the holographic little bits of stars in there. And that's from Blue Bonnet on Facebook. You message her with the foils that you want, and she'll send you a total with shipping. I do believe she ships all over the world. That's using that on white on white. And here is, I use the butterfly. You can no longer get this background, but this is a Crafter's Companion butterfly background. And then I use the waste foil and stuck it down on some paper so I can use both of these as backgrounds. This is the Peony hot foil die from Crafter's Companion. And these are the same butterflies that Tracy did, but I didn't foil mine. I just die cut them out. So they have the nice impression in them. I can always go back in and foil them, or I can just use them as is and put them on my background, and they're still gorgeous. Here is the Spellbinder Love that I did on alcohol ink background. Here's Happy Birthday, and you can see where the foil starts to stick to the pools of alcohol ink. So that's what's going on there. Here I showed an example of you under foil. So you don't need any extra shims with the Gemini FoilPress. You do need extra shims with the, what do you call it? Go Press and Foil machine, the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine. They all require shims. With the Gemini machine, very rarely do you need a shim. It just depends on your paper, your foil, and your heat setting. So here is low on 15 seconds with the Go Press and foil. It's not designed to work at a low heat. It's designed to work at a high heat. So then I went to medium, which was a little bit better, but we still have underfoiling. And ultimately, once we went to high, 23 seconds or higher, you can see that we got much better foiling for the same paper, the same foil, the same die, just changing our timing and our heat setting. So keep that in mind. It depends on the foil you're using. There's a lot of things that you need for that. Okay. Here is a little seahorse that I did. Again, this one was on some school craft paper. It was already alcohol inked and I foiled on top of it. And then here's on Himilco paper where I foiled him first and then I alcohol inked on him. And these are the cut and foil dies from Crafter's Companion. So you can foil them and then cut them out. They cut a nice little outline around as well. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with hot foiling. We didn't even go into using cork, cloth, fabric, things like that. Ribbon, you guys, some of you guys foil ribbon. There's a lot that can be done with this system. And that's it's a lot of fun. It definitely is. But thank you, Tracy, for coming along and showing us your new machine and showing us what mistakes that could possibly be made. And again, if you get foil on your dies, it's not the end of the world. Everyone does it. And all you do is take a little bit of acetone. And acetone, just to clarify, there's a difference between fingernail polish remover and acetone. Acetone does not have any kind of nourishing oils or anything like that. So if you have fingernail polish remover and your fingernail polish remover says includes vitamins or nourishing or do not use any of that, because that will leave a slimy residue on your dies. So just like we clean our mink toner sheets, you want to use pure acetone on a cotton swab and just wipe your dies off. Although I think the dies are pretty, it doesn't affect the way they work when they get foiled on, but it does happen.
Yeah. Nail polish will often say conditioning as well.
Yes. Yep. So you want 100% acetone. For those of you guys that are saying, I have a mink machine and I have a Spellbinders and I have a GoPro, get it out of the closet, you guys. It's like learning to ride a bike. Yes, you're going to need training wheels. I will be your training wheels. Watch my videos. I have a whole playlist. If you didn't know, you can tap on the right side of the screen 2 times and it will fast forward for you. You can rewind by tapping on the left side of the screen. If you're watching in your YouTube app, you can project me to your TV if you have a smartphone and a smart TV, and you can pause the video and step by step, I walk you through the instructions on what to do. So there's a lot of foiling videos that I have with mink and toner foiling and a lot of videos on hot foiling systems. And I've used all 4 hot foil systems. I have the Go Press and Foil machine. I have the Spellbinder's Glimmer machine. I have the Gemini FoilPress machine. And I did one time ago, a long time ago, have the Toto machine. So I can try to help walk you through those videos. I will say my newer videos are way better than my older videos, but I never delete them so that you guys can see, look, even through my progression of learning, you can learn as well. And of course, if you have any questions, join us at the Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. We have a wonderful group of people, as you can see here, that comment and answer and join. And if they don't give you the answer that you think makes sense, someone else will answer it or link a video. But in our group, we actually have what are called units, and they're basically the encyclopedia of answers for what you need. So if you want to know, what is my sandwich for my embossing folders? Like Tracy said, Tracy had questions with her Gemini and using embossing folders. We have a video showing the different sandwiches of embossing folders, and we have actual printout PDF printouts. You guys take notes and you guys send us the notes and we put them on there. So that's what we try to do, is help you guys out. Wow, Tracy is not going to bed tonight. She's going to stay up all night. Oh my gosh, that's just beautiful.
I love it.
She's
I'm not
so
stopping.
much fun.
I'm having so much fun. I have a total mess in my craft room, but I don't care because these cards are going to be lovely. Okay,
so
sorry.
Delina, yes, I do have a playlist for my videos. I have them by design teams. I have them by projects. So if you're looking for alcohol links, if you're looking for pan pastels, if you're looking for foiling, hot foiling, Gemini foiling, if you're looking for toner foiling, there is a playlist on my channel. Absolutely. Somebody else had a question. If you flip the sandwich with the die on top, will it foil? Connie, that is an excellent question. So I have done that before. And it does foil. It does not foil as well because I thought, well, I'm not doing it this backwards way. I'm going to put my paper down. Actually, Tracy, do you want to show them that way?
Yep, sure.
So we'll have Tracy demonstrate it. It does work, Connie. It's just not as good.
Paper first, right?
Yep. Put your paper first. Tracy just got her machine, which is why we're doing this video. This was a tutorial for Tracy and we brought you guys along. Yep. She got it for Christmas. Tracy has my old Go Press and Foil machine. So the story is I gave it away after I got the foil press because I like the foil press. It's easier for me to use. And so I gave away my Go Press and Foil and one of our lovely FSC members sent it to Tracy. And Tracy's been practicing on that. And I don't want Tracy to give that away yet because we will be doing other videos where Tracy and I can show you guys how to use the Go Press and Foil against the Spellbinder's Glimmer. So now you're going to put your foil down, almost like you're die cutting. Yep. Hi, Barbara. Okay. Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed. Please hit the thumbs up button if you've learned anything. And please join us at Foiling Snobs Club on Facebook. We have a lot of fun. And if you missed the video I did last week, I didn't think this video was going to surpass 3 hours, but apparently it did. I did a video saying don't start foiling until you watch this video. It is very long. I advise watching it in 30-minute increments. Get your pen and paper out and take notes. But it tells you the difference between the two foiling systems and the best way to use them.
Oops, it's a little bit too long, Nancy. Let me just trim it a little bit. And am I going to put it the pretty side up or down?
You're going to put pretty side up. We're doing the sandwich backwards.
Okay, so pretty side up.
Yep, and now put your hot die on top of it.
And that would be right side.
Right side, yep.
First of all, here's the problem. It's hard for me to get everything even, so I like doing it on the hot plate first.
The grid, yep.
This way, I have no way of knowing if this is even or not. It's just by sight.
Correct.
So that is a challenge right there. But I do like being able to see where I'm at. That's kind of, there's pros and cons with everything, right?
Yes, Tracy Fear says she will not take notes because she can't read them. Well, Tracy, that's why you save my videos in your playlist and then you go back and watch them later.
Okay, so now what?
So I just spent 3 hours showing Tracy how to do it the other way, and now we're making her flip-flop it. Okay, put your top plate on.
Hit start.
Yep. Hit start.
And then do I run it through the machine right side up or upside down?
You're going to run it through the machine just like you normally would. Do not flip it over.
Okay. I'm going to be real careful so I don't bump anything.
Yep. You guys are all so awesome. And thank you guys for the super chats and the donations through PayPal. It really does help us because it helps us to purchase more foils and dies and try all these experiments out for you guys so we can show you everything that we're doing. And it also helps with giveaways. All right, now go ahead and reveal that. And it should have worked okay, but it's probably not going to be as strong as when you do it upside down. But go ahead and show them.
A little overfoiled.
Mm-hmm. And the reason that is because the bottom of the heating plate is rubber. So what you end up doing is you end up pushing into this rubber mat, and you can see there her hot foil dies went into the rubber mat. So it is important to do it upside down, where it's die first, pretty side of foil down, ugly side up, then your paper, and then your top sheet, a top cover plate, and run it. So you can see the difference there in the order. It is important to do it the way that we were showing you to do it. So
that's a great experiment.
You know.
Great experiment. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, it really went
And
deep.
it
Like
pressed
embossed
all
it.
the way in, and that's because again, this is rubber, so it's just pushing down into it,
Pushing it down. It's just smushing it. Right.
yeah.
All right.
You guys have any parting questions? We are now going into a 3.5 hour live.
We are now going to conclude this broadcast.
This is not even Stamp Wars. Did I miss the winners from the last Stamp Wars? They were done on Tracy's channel. Debadoo.
Yes. Saturday.
Last Saturday, Tracy's channel. We did a live. What did we do a live on, Tracy?
That's a great question. Let me check.
Tracy and I made something together.
What did we play with?
You guys, what did we play with? We can't remember.
It was Saturday night. I remember that. It was 7 o'clock.
Local King.
Local
Rubber Stamps.
King.
We played with the new butterflies.
Combo,
set. So look for her Calm Combo video. And at the end of that video, we did the giveaways and we announced that Chow was expecting.
Yeah, you guys got to go to my channel. If you didn't see that, you've got to see that. It was awesome to see her reveal that she is expecting.
She's expecting. Yes. Sorry, we cannot do a same time tomorrow night because we all have to work on Monday.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, Sherry likes the very long lives. Very informative,
next Saturday, we have a special guest next Saturday.
Yes, we do. Next Saturday, January 9th. Can you believe it? It's coming up so quickly. We have
Saturday.
Yeah, we have a special guest. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be, are we allowed to say who it is, Nancy?
Go right ahead. You're on a roll here, Tracy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Catherine Pooler is going to be joining us. And we're going to be doing a stamp with me. So she's going to stamp with us as we play with her new stamp set. So that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Super
if you purchase, you guys had asked us during Stamp Wars, how could you guys be involved with stamping with us like Stamp Wars? So Catherine Pooler is the first one we did Stamp Wars with, and Catherine Pooler is also the first one we're doing Stamp with me. So we gave you guys a month's notice at the beginning of December on what the stamp set would be. It was her sincere thanks stamp set, and I hope you guys all ordered it because postal service is a little bit slow right now. So if you were able to order the stamp set, the sincere thanks stamp set, this Saturday at 7 p.m. right here on Nancy Stamps, 7 p.m. Eastern. Catherine Pooler is going to join us, and as much as the admins as we can get on here. So it'll be me, Tracy, Stacy, Ryan, and Chow, as long as Chow is feeling up to it. As long as Chow's baby is feeling up to it. We'll all be on here with Catherine Pooler, and we will be taking the sincere thanks stamp set, and we will be stamping out whatever we're going to stamp out. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. And maybe we'll do another little giveaway on the Foiling Snobs Club after we see everything that you guys make. So head on over to the Foiling Snobs Club. We're going to have a couple of giveaways going on. We have Tracy almost to 2,000 subscribers on her channel. So make sure you go to Tracy Schultz's YouTube channel. And that's SHULTZ. Go to Tracy's channel. And
that's TRACY.
Yep, TRACYSHULTZ. Follow
type
her.
in Tracy Schultz card making, it'll come right up.
She is almost to 2,000, so she's going to have a giveaway on her channel. The Foiling Snobs Club is almost to 2,000 members, so we're going to have a giveaway on the Foiling Snobs Club. And currently Mary Jo is giving away her gently used Spellbinder's Glimmer on the Foiling Snobs Club page. So what you need to do is enter your birthday card entry. You may not currently own a hot foil machine. You must be a U.S. resident. And we want to see a birthday card that you have made, entered in, and we will do a random drawing probably next week on that. So lots of goodies for us to be giving away. Catherine will be on my channel 7 p.m. Saturday.
Yes, can't wait. That's going to be so much fun. It's just kind of like, come as you are, craft what motivates you to craft. If you have the stamp set, stamp along with us, or maybe you have something similar. We're going to have a good time with Catherine. She'll be interacting with us and with you guys.
Kathany says, Nancy, off topic, do you still need disinfectant spray? Her supermarket got some. Yeah, send me the link. If I can, I don't know if I can order it online. Email me.
Lysol. What we are definitely experiencing a shortage of that. Today at Staples, I bought pure alcohol wipes so that I could wipe my alcohol ink bottles like you do, Nancy, to get that, build up alcohol off. So
yep, I got them from Staples.
Yeah. I just got 1 pack. I figured that would be good.
Karen says Foiling Snobs Club should be way over 2,000. It's a great group. So that is true, Karen. However, if people try to join and they don't answer the questions, that's kind of how we filter out bots or people that are just trying to be scammers. We have had scammers in our group basically complaining to people that they don't have any money and they can't buy anything, and they hop from Facebook group to Facebook group giving their sob stories and trying to get empathy and sympathy from people, and really they're scammers. And when you send them stuff, they turn right around and put it on eBay and sell it on Facebook Marketplace. So we don't allow those kind of people in our group. So we ask basic questions. So if you're referring anybody to the Foiling Snobs Club, they must answer some of those basic questions for us to let them in. And if people's accounts go inactive, it tells us this person is no longer on Facebook. We delete those inactive people as well. So we try to keep active members. Wow. Yes. That paper is just gorgeous. Yes.
Yeah, I used it all now. But I used it up and it's going to make beautiful cards. Don't hoard your pattern paper. Use it up, you guys.
Yes. Now everybody's talking about pregnancy, morning sickness, smells. Yes. Yep. No, Chow's not having an easy time. So we think Chow's having a girl, but we don't know yet.
That's right. We're not sure, but we're placing bets now.
Yeah. We joked with her and said she should name the baby Rona.
Yep, Rona.
She said no.
Someone said there's going to be a lot of babies born during this pandemic.
Yeah, everybody needs to invest in Bye Bye Baby, or Babies R Us went out of business. So I guess Bye Bye Baby's the only one now, right?
Yeah, we don't even have that where I live. You just have to go through Amazon or Target.
Oh, Chow, you don't have to apologize. Chow, why are you still here? You should have
Chow, go to bed.
Yeah, Chow, you should have tagged Stacy or Ryan in by now. I'm doing a Ryan live. I'm doing a 3.5-hour live. Ryan,
sorry, guys.
Here. Come on, Ryan, you're on Troll Patrol.
All right.
Hey, guys. Tracy, are you done playing?
Nope, I'm going to keep going. You guys, you know how I am. When I get on something, I just keep going and going. I've got some pretty rainbow papers I'm going to try now.
Oh, boy. So I would say the plain papers work the best, because if it has too much visuals on it, your foiling gets lost. So you want them to be like what you've been doing, very muted colors, because if you have a pattern paper that has a lot of patterns or bright colors, when you go to foil on top of that, you lose it. So plain papers are the best. The smoother they are, the better. Yes, those are perfect. But if you guys have any questions, you can always join the Foiling Snobs Club or email us at foilingsnobsclub@gmail.com. We do need to log off because I do feel bad that this has gone longer than it should have. And we got to let Chow off of here.
Let you guys go for sure. And plus, I got to go. Thank you guys.
Yeah, for hanging out with us. And we're going to get Tracy's live up and running again on her new phone so she can do more videos on her channel.
Yep, just be patient. We'll get it working. Sorry about earlier.
Oh,
But
that's
at least
okay. Thank you
I haven't-
guys for the donations. Thanks for submitting those through PayPal as well. You guys, when you submit a donation, please make sure you have your email address on there so I can email you. I would really like your physical mailing address so I can send you a thank you card. I like to send personal thank you cards for those of you guys that donate. So if you do submit a donation, please make sure at least your email's on there so I can email you. I would love to mail you a thank you card. And sometimes those thank you cards come with little extra goodies. Just saying.
Aw. Michelle McCarthy says while she's been watching, she's completed 25 cards. So way to go, Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night, ladies.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Don't forget the thumbs up on your way out.
Thank you, Nancy.
How do I turn it off?